Live, live, live. What's up, everybody? Make sure you all can get in here. Thumbs up. Let me get on the phone here. All right. Come on. How y'all doing? Let me make sure the sound is good. We are live. I want to thank y'all again for being patient with me. Um, I gotta take care of some business. I gotta make an appointment because I'm still having these stomach pains. I'm still having these stomach pains. I'm not 100% healed, so the doctor want me to go. I gotta go to get some tests run for my stomach. I'm still having these stomach pains, so I'm not 100%, but I'm much better. I'm still having these cramps, these pains and stuff. So they want to run more tests and everything like that. Ooh, Lord. Hey, y'all doing? So good to see y'all. Grand Rising. So good to see y'all. Drinking all type of juice, apple juice, Gatorades. To get some fluid in me. Yes, so it's good to see y'all here. Make sure y'all thumbs up and share. Yes, be 100. So hoping you get back to feel 100% sure. Okay, pray that I get to be 100%. I want to be 100%. Want to be 100%. Then I was on the phone with some other people to take care of some business. Oh, apple juice can cause gas and make your stomach hurt. What? Yeah, definitely got to take care of yourself. But it's a lot of stuff we got to talk about in this video. There's a lot of stuff we got to talk about in this video. First of all, I put in a title, I said Donnie McClurkin is guilty. Number one, the reason why I say he's guilty, the court document, shout out to Leda Lynn, it's kind of graphic. He have said a lot of graphic stuff that Donnie was touching him and all type of stuff to him. And I will never forget, I was watching a video that Larry Reed did. This was a little while ago. He said back when Donnie McClurkin was on tour, they would have to have somebody by his door to make sure he stay in his hotel room so he won't get in trouble. That's what Larry Reed said. Because Donnie McClurkin will flirt with men, like to get involved with men and stuff like that. And this is something that the church going to have to address. I have met so many like closeted men in the church. And this is something where the church going to have to deal with that gay people is here and they ain't going nowhere. They're in the choir, they're in the usher board, but just because you gay, that doesn't mean that excuse you to lay hands on somebody, to grope somebody, touch somebody. I will never forget it. I was in somebody's office, and I don't even know why I'm gonna share this story, but I'm gonna share it. May he rest in peace. But I was in Kurt Meyer's office. He was a very public figure, and a very public figure in Dallas. You know, he do LGBT stuff. You know, he do HIV awareness stuff. And I would go there and I would get tested. So I went to his office. I was sitting down. I heard that you got a big peen. I heard that you got a big peen. I'm like, oh, like you discussing my private part. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, when people understand, like you can't be doing that. We can't do that now. When you're in a position, though, you cannot, like, you can't be groping on people. You can't be grabbing on people. You can't be doing none of that stuff. You just can't not. I couldn't even tell you how many times I've been in a club And with that time, I'll be trying to sag. I have some new boxer briefs, and my pants be hanging, and then they just grab on my butt and stuff like, or just grab my crotch area. It's like you can't do that, but some people do stuff like that. And Donnie McClurkin, he put out a statement saying he ain't guilty, he ain't guilty, he ain't guilty, he ain't guilty, he ain't guilty. But I do believe that he's guilty. And I will never forget it. I was 18 years old, and I went over my friend's house, and he said, "I'm over my gay daddy house. I'm over my gay daddy house." So gay daddy is like a mentor, so we in the house, and we was playing. They was playing gospel stuff. He was a preacher. I'm like, oh my gosh, I saw him preaching on Sunday in the pulpit. I'm like, what is this? So gospel stuff was playing, and then it switched. She put in another tape, nothing but gay graphic videos. Getting it in. I'm like, oh my gosh, like what's going on? So then the person I was there for that I had a crush on, he was getting in with somebody, and it was just me and the preacher. So then we started doing stuff, and then he decided to escort me to his bedroom, and he was married. He was married. I would never forget it that he was married, and I would see the picture of him and his wife, and she was like a singer or whatever the case may be, and I guess she was out of town singing somewhere. She was at an event, but she wasn't there, and I was just never forget. I'm doing all this nasty stuff to this man. He's old enough to be my father, and I'm like 18 years old. Like this is like crazy, but it's a lot of stuff that goes on in the church. A lot of stuff that goes on in the church. So I'm doing all this nasty stuff, and then his son was like in the room. His son was like in the next room. I'll never forget that. I'm like, you having all these strangers at your house. You got your son, and I'm like 18. So I think he said his son was 16. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember. But what I do remember, like the next day, so the person I went and had a crush on, he was the minister. I was always addicted to like gay preachers. I've always had an addiction to gay preachers. Anyway, he was working on his sermon, and he was like, everybody had left or whatever, and it was just me, him, in the house. He was working on a sermon. He said, "Get on your knees and give me fellatio." And that's exactly that's not what I need. Now, mind you, he working on his sermon for him to preach on Sunday, and he said, "Get on your knees and give and please him or whatever." And I exactly did that. And I had a crush on him because he was in the military. He had a body, and I was just so skinny. Not that advanced and hair. I don't really consider myself a victim. When it consider myself a victim, but it was just like, what in the world is going on? And so it's just really, really crazy. So just hearing all this stuff, even on the thing about even with Christian Keys, hearing this stuff about Christian Keys of being touched and violated. One thing that I didn't like about it is that he didn't put the information out because you can't protect the next person. Like you need to put the information out that say, hey, if it's Tyler Perry touched me. Because you're not protecting the next person. You're just not. And if you got a behavior, I don't care how much money you got. If you got a behavior of touching people, fumbling with people, and being aggressive, uh, uh, and all that type of stuff, that's behavior not gonna go. The more money you get, the more aggressive you're gonna get. Now, Christian Keys put out there about his whole show and saying that Tyler Perry is trying to steal his show and take away his creative input of him being a creator of the show, and he had to call the union to force him to put it back in there. But it's really, really sad. And this is why, I never met a boss, because I never had a boss where they would give me money, where we would mess around. I never had a boss. Now, have I been to have coworkers that I mess around with as a coworker? Yes, I have as a coworker. But I never had like my boss, I'm getting in with my boss, or getting in with the CEO of the company. Never, ever. Like that never was the case. Ever was the case. So seeing that and that behavior of Tyler Perry, if it is true, he needs to stop fraternize people and just get escorts. Pay the escorts. I'm talking about the escorts that don't go to social media. I'm talking about the escorts that's paid very well, that deal with a lot of powerful people that, you know what I'm saying, deal with them type of people. But you dealing with your employees, it messes up the dynamic. I've never forget it. They said don't date your employees because if something were to happen, they can definitely flip on you. I'll never forget it. Tavis Smiley, he was dating his employees, one of his subordinates, and they turned and said they was forced to do it because they felt like they had to do it because that person was their boss and he had to pay money. He lost his show with PBS and all that. So you have to be very cautious of doing stuff like this is your boss. I'm gonna I'm gonna force my like no you can't do that like that's you can't do that at all like that's not good. So I hope that Tyler Perry will learn his lesson and all of that, not having people on the phone. I'm shocked that those actors even have Tyler Perry number. Now if you're getting it in with them, then is and I also want to say this because I saw the text messages that came out and him, one of the accusers begging him like help him get some dinner work or something done, and I'm like, okay, what's all the text message was about? And see, this is when you're dealing with a person that's a billionaire. That's one thing that Christian Key said. He had recordings, secret recordings of situations that was going on. I would hope that those men that accusing Tyler Perry got recordings and all of that to back up their claims. Like, don't play it to public opinion. Keep all your stuff in the chamber for court. And you know what I'm saying, and you fight for it in court because Tyler Perry have built a image that he's a Christian, that he's holy, and that he's sanctified, and that he's filled with the Holy Ghost. And he talk a lot about being Jesus loving the Lord. Um, that's his image, and he have a lot of church going folk that love him. A lot of black people love Tyler Perry, even though his stuff is not good material. Some of his stuff, like, oh my God, this is badly written. But he have catered to an audience that say, we love him, this is our guy. And he have helped make so many black millionaires. He employed so many people was able to send their kids to college, to buy a mansion, etc. He pays them very well on his show. They get paid very, very well, especially when those shows get syndicated. They get paid very well, and he paid the actors that come on. He pays them good money. He paid Cicely Tyson $1 million for a little piece of work she did, paying $1 million. So we played it in a public. It's money grab because the lady that sued Diddy went straight to the court. It's just best to go to the court. So I get it, but also to Tyler Perry, to the people. I don't see people saying Tyler Perry needs to be canceled. We need to do protests because let's be clear, Hispanic men, and black men are not to be believed, or they don't care. Because first of all, they like, oh, this is a gay thing. Who cares? They on their way to hell anyway. You know what I'm saying? They don't care nothing about that. Now it took decades for women to be believed that they are victims in SA. So it's gonna be a long time before this society wake up and say, you know what, men be because anytime a man say, I was violated or I was grown, you must have liked it. Like they don't look at it like that. I will never forget it. Even in the book, and somebody named the person name, when I can't think of his name, but he worked over there at Death Row Records. He had a encounter he with Mary J. Blige, and she was a grown woman. He was a teenager, and she was on her menstrual cycle. I've still to this day haven't heard nobody say Mary J. Blige is to be canceled. So when it comes to Tyler Perry, I was reading the comments. I'm like, no protests. I was like checking in front of his studios, like in Google Images to see if there's any protests. I'm checking different Facebook groups. I don't see that at all. I don't see people saying he need to be canceled. I don't see that at all. Um, I don't see that at all. Maybe if Lance Gross or some other actor that's currently more known and got a little bit more juice say something, or more known actors say something, then maybe we would probably believe it. But again, Tyler Perry built a platform to his audience that they're silent. Number one, a lot of people in the black community uh, is I'm gonna just say it, homophobic. Don't like gay people at all. And so bringing this up, I don't see them saying, they don't even talk about. Even my mom, when she brought it up, oh, I don't believe it about Tyler Perry. They trying to take that black man down. He do so much for the black community. That thought process I've heard from a lot of people. They trying to take this black man down. He doing a lot for black people. But I don't hear the noise saying he need to be sat down. I don't see that. Netflix haven't came out and said, hey, we're gonna remove him from Netflix. We're gonna cut the deal out. I haven't heard that. I will never forget it when Larry Reid was accused. He was accused, and people reached out to BET. Now BET did fire Larry Reid. They did fire him because the allegations of what he did to Levante. Because people kept emailing and stuff like that, and they fired him, but they didn't put out a press release and said, "Hey, we firing Larry Reid because of these allegations." People don't really talk about it. So again, I'm not 100% sure that Tyler Perry would be canceled, but if it is recordings of him fumbling and just doing like weird predatory behavior, then he need to pay up. He need to pay up. He need to pay up because that's not good at all. He's not good at all. And even if the victim was like dark skinned, I don't even see Tyler. I just don't. I haven't heard nobody say he need to be canceled. I was watching other videos. I was like, they just talking about the allegation, but nobody said he need to be canceled. Like Netflix haven't took or even the publication, they haven't said Netflix need to fire him. Netflix need to cut the deal from this. I haven't heard that at all. But then also too, I don't think that companies should cut ties with people off an allegation. If it's no court order, if you go in front of the judge or you go in front of the jury and the jury says you liable for doing X, Y, Z, I can understand why you're losing that deal. But I don't think that people should just rush to judgment, because I remember back with the Me Too era, people would just come out and people would just lose stuff, and then once they come out, find out if they were innocent, crickets. Okay, crickets. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to get the idea of it, and I get it. Somebody said light skin is not black. Light skin is black. I don't understand why people. It was like light skin is black, and Christian Keys is a black man. He's a black man. So light skin is not black. What kind of thought process is that? Okay, so that's how that goes. So now, mind you, I was literally like minding my own business. So I thought, I know this going probably offend somebody, because y'all, this another figure that the black community love. It's Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So I was watching a documentary called the MLK Project, and it was this brother that did a documentary about MLK, and he said MLK was a communist. He was a communist. He worked for the Communist Party, and the Communist Party helped promote him. And some of his speechwriters, most of his speechwriters, and people that was backing his organization was communists. And I'm just watching this stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, was he really a communist? Like, because I really didn't know much about the Communist Party, about what, but he just really like broke it down, like in his documentary. Now, mind you, you have to pay like $2 and stuff. So one of my subscribers that has says, I said, I would have watched this documentary, and they watched it. They was like, well, I'm gonna send you over this so you can watch the documentary too. So I go and I watch it. I said, what? And I was having dreams about Dr. King. I was having dreams about him too, about how he was in seminary college and how he didn't want to preach that you're going to hell and that Jesus died for your sins and all that. He wanted to preach like, more like activist ministry. Almost, he didn't really want to preach that. So, because even if you hear his father preach versus Dr. King preach, they preach different styles. So I'm just really listening to this. I'm like, oh my God, so are you saying Dr. King a communist? And this is something else about Dr. King. I don't know if this is true or not, because when I read the FBI files, I didn't see them talk about this, but it was a situation. They talk about it in the documentary, but I didn't see any files that Dr. King was a part of a SA in a hotel room. Him and a group of preachers or a group of people was in a room, and they SA'd a woman in this hotel room, allegedly. They talked about it in the documentary. That it's alleged and that the FBI have it recorded. The FBI have it recorded. So I don't know how true that is, but let's see if it is true. Then are we going to have the conversation that Dr. King need to be canceled? That his statue needs to be taken down, his monument needs to be taken down because of his behavior and stuff. And then also when I was watching the document, oh my God, I can't think of these people's names, but it was the Ku Klux Klan. One of the grand wizards of the Ku Klux Klan had a meeting. Who did he have a meeting with? He had a meeting with a black figure. And he said, we're not doing all this stuff that we've been accused of doing. That they're saying that the Communist Party was doing stuff and putting it on the Ku Klux Klan, like it was the Klan that's doing all this stuff, like, because like they were saying that how the South is so racist, the South is so this, and they were talking about it was a reporter that went to the South he traveled the South and he saw that this is just not true, that black people was building out their own businesses, they was having all this growth, that the race relations between black and white was okay. It wasn't this bad blown out proportion, but they said that the communists would teach Dr. King to do nonviolence to provoke white outrage, to provoke it, and for them to get hit and beat and with the water hose and all of this. And so they were saying the Communist Party was doing all this to make it seem like the South and the white people in the South was so racist. I even look at it today that you have a lot of black people that moving to the South now. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of stuff. I'm not a historian. I'm not going to sit here and say I know all the facts, but I was watching that documentary and it was just, I'm like, what, is this true? It was like one man that was a communist. He moved a black family into a white neighborhood. This is all was reported in the documentary called the MLK Project. He literally bombed the house, got arrested and charged for that. And then he started working for MLK later on in life, started working with MLK. And then, it was a lot of bombs going on during that time. So, I'm just literally like watching this documentary and I'm like, oh my gosh, like it made me give Dr. King a side almost. It took me a couple of because when I watched the documentary, I couldn't really go live because I was kind of heated because I'm like, how I was raised about Dr. King, that he believed in nonviolence, how he believed I have a dream, how he believed in all you should pull yourself by your own bootstraps, how I'm hearing all this stuff, but as I've gotten older and just kind of realized stuff, is this really something a person to really look up to? Because what Booker T. Washington believed in, he believed in entrepreneurship. So I'm just saying, okay, I know some of y'all probably didn't watch the documentary. Did y'all watch the documentary? But I watched it. Okay, I'm just saying, did y'all watch the documentary? It's called the MLK Project. It's like $2 and something for you click on it. It's like 8 episodes. I think it was like 6 episodes, probably 6 episodes. And I watched it and I was like, wow. I'm like, wow. And I was just, when I saw it, I'm like, I was kind of shocked. I'm like, this is crazy. It's just this is it was like it had me just like I was literally like having dreams about it. And was like really crazy. I'm like sitting down chilling, having dreams about it. I'm like, is this the case? Did we get it wrong about um this situation with the civil rights movement? Some people say that was bad for Black America because Black America had so many Black businesses. And I get it and I understand. I will never forget it when they were talking about the Montgomery boycott. And they were saying that how Rosa Parks got trained by some communists. They all went to the school. They all got trained by communists. And I forgot the doctor that was on the Breakfast Club, but he said his family owned so many Black buses. And they have so many Black buses, but because Black folks did that protest and all of that just to ride the front of the bus. But there was a lot of Black bus lines. It was a person that worked for Dr. King that was a part of the Baptist conviction. Oh my guys, I can't think of the man name. I'm bad with names. But he wanted to give buses to the Black folks in Montgomery, and Dr. King said, no, we don't need your buses. So I forgot this preacher name, and it's so sad. And the reason why he's forgotten about it because they don't talk about him like that. They just talk about Dr. King, Dr. King, Dr. King. But it was this Black preacher, this Black prominent preacher that was so famous in the 20th century. And he believed in Black entrepreneurship. So the sharecroppers, he bought land and gave it to the sharecroppers, the Black sharecroppers in the South, and said, y'all deal with this, y'all, you know, get your crops and all that, and y'all can have this, to help the economy for those Black sharecroppers in the South. Because he believed in Black entrepreneurship. He didn't believe in integration. And everybody didn't believe in integration. Malcolm X was one that didn't believe in integration. He believed in Black liberation. He believed that Black people should, you know what I'm saying, he didn't believe in he didn't believe that you should just go to a store, sit down and get whooped because you're not allowed to be at the store and the police come and hit you over here. Malcolm X didn't believe in that, but he did have meetings with Dr. King. I've just learned this recently. Andrew Young said that Malcolm X and Dr. King have met on numerous occasions and stayed as quote unquote enemies in the public eye, but behind the scenes they were allies. And I didn't know this. I didn't know this at all. I just thought they met one time. So it was a lot of stuff that I was just reading and saying about it. I know I'm probably gonna get some pushback even repeating this stuff. So people say, why would Waller repeat and said that Dr. King was a communist? I'm just posing a question. The more you like research, watch these documentaries, was he a communist? Is he bad for America? And you know what I'm saying? Was he bad for America? And why are we honoring something like this? So again, you know, and that was one of the strategies, the nonviolent strategy. They said the communists used that nonviolence because they say it's so effective. And they even talked about how the communists took over the church because they found out that Black people were so spiritual, how they infiltrated the church. So it's just like I was watching that. Like I'm gonna watch it again because I'm like it had me just giving Dr. King a side eye. I'm just saying, just giving Dr. King a side eye. Nobody ever told me that. Nope, nobody ever told me that. Nobody ever told me that. So that's how I go. I'm literally just. I'm like, should I uh talk about this? And of course, he gets a lot of praise. So okay, so we done with that. We done with the little history lesson. So I was mad at my own business, y'all, and I was watching a Cardi B video she made against Tasha K. I'm not gonna play it because she cussing every other sentence. The lady is cussing. And she cussed Tasha K out, said you ugly, not because you black, but because you just ugly. Your husband and I want to screw you for your birthday. I'm listening to all this stuff. You owe taxes, and I'm gonna see about suing you and all this. I'm like, Cardi, stop it. Like, I'm listening to all this stuff, and I understand Stephon Diggs. I understand why Cardi B is upset because Tasha K keep adding flames to the fire, saying her man is a cheater and her man is this, her man is that. But Tasha K had to be cautious because she's not allowed to talk about Cardi B. She's not allowed to harass her or to talk about her. So she needs to be very cautious. And then I was watching Armand Wiggins' video uh, before I did this video, and he said that he felt like that Tasha K is trying to get sued by Cardi B and have like a rematch. And the reason why I said that would be foolish because Cardi have so much resource, and I don't think Tasha K have the resources to continue to have all this spending hundreds of thousands of dollars into another like drawn out lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? So it's quite crazy if you even go through that. But again, I believe Tasha K. I don't think Tasha K is ugly. I'm not gonna say she's an ugly woman. Tasha K definitely is a beautiful sister. I believe she's beautiful. I don't think she's ugly. Um, I think it's an issue for Cardi to even call Tasha K ugly because Cardi had multiple surgeries. Cardi have gotten her nose done, her mouth done, her lips done, her cheekbones done, her neck bone. She got all this stuff done to her body, and she calling this black woman ugly. Now, mind you, Tasha K does do things to provoke that behavior. I get it. And what she have to understand, and I've said this before, number one, Cardi B is a married woman. And she's going around cheating with another man. Then you got Offset, he in the bed with another woman, and she recording him. It's just all the way bad. And she probably would even have to pay. She probably gonna have to pay even spouse support, allegedly, probably. So you're hearing all this stuff, and Stephon Diggs is up for grabs because again he does a lot of negative stuff to the women, and that the women she do all that type of stuff with the women cheating, he strangle allegedly another woman, and all that. But Cardi B have to understand, and you gotta annoy Tasha K because Tasha K was upset that when she turned into the platform, she's not getting the clout like she used to. So, in order for her audience to be in tune into her show, she have to drag Cardi and all that. She have to drag. I mean, she have to drag Stephon Diggs. She have to drag these people. She did a show. I'm gonna show you why. This person is broke and all this, and the people are in tune because that's what they love. Like when Tasha K tried to branch out and just do regular commentary, regular subject matter, her audience is not into it. They want the drama, they want the lies, they want the venom, or they want the anger. And that's what she built up. And she even put something in it. And I felt sad when I heard the news. I felt so sad when I heard the news. She said I have to spend every 3 months, I have to send Cardi B $43,000. I think she said every 3 months. 43 grand. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And what Cardi B has to understand, you want to just stay focused on, you know, you know, going on tour. Because you got all this energy. Then don't cancel that too, because you got all this energy for Tasha K and all this type of stuff. I don't watch Tasha K stuff like I used to. I used to watch it a lot. I used to be a huge fan of it. I've been seeing her tweets and stuff, and I said, "Oh, I'm gonna have to watch her stuff to see what she said over there." So on her Twitch, I mean not on her Twitch, on her X Spaces, she said, "I'm a black woman. I got black features. I'm proud of it. All that type of stuff." But then it was a photo, or mine dropped a photo that Tasha, pro black Tasha, had got plastic surgery. So allegedly, so you're not that proud of how God made you because you had got surgery. And another thing she said, she posted on there, she said, uh, oh, she she posted that she had got this new wine. And I said, okay, you got this new wine, and you just now years later got this new wine. She trying to do all this stuff. And it's like really like a tainted brand. It's like a tainted brand that Tasha can have. And because it's all like lies and just crazy and all that. But seeing that Cardi B got the neck surgery, the neck bone surgery, chin surgery, she get all these surgeries. How can you call the next person ugly? And this is another thing I'm gonna say, and I know I'm gonna get some pushback. But Cardi B is Cardi B black because she used the N word more than I used the N word. And then she posted on here, she said, I was a stripper, I was beautiful, but your teeth was raggedy. And most men don't care because you lick it up and hide. You don't care nothing about a woman's teeth. Because the teeth were jacked up like she was eating rocks for dinner. But you wasn't that beautiful back in the day, Cardi. You beautiful now. I throw a couple of singles at you now, because you got your face done, you got your teeth done, all that. Because that teeth was raggedy. She had one of them crackhead teeth. It was raggedy, and she got the money. She fixed it. I'm like, okay. But you weren't all that beautiful. Because if I was with you, I'm like, just close your mouth, just grind on me, just close your mouth, just close your mouth. I wouldn't even want her to give me fellatio with them teeth that she had. It was disgusting. It was disgusting. But I don't know. Is she black? Is she black? But the men don't care nothing about the teeth. They really don't. They don't care nothing about the teeth. Is she black? Because she used the N word a lot. And I see y'all in here. Shout out to y'all. Hey, y'all. But I just want to know, is she black? And then I heard that while I was watching, T.S. Madison did a live, and she was coming at Nicki Minaj, pretty much disowning Nicki Minaj, saying that the late Nicki Minaj, pretty much saying that Nicki Minaj is gone, something, she's out there. But I understand why T.S. Madison stood up, because T.S. Madison picked up this baton that she is for trans rights and she loves trans women. And she is a trans woman. So I get it. I get it and I understand it. But never, ever, ever be quiet. If you see somebody doing something wrong to your community and it's harmful, it's to speak out. So I do congratulate T.S. Madison speaking out, because what Nicki Minaj did was nasty and vulgar. It was disgusting. It was deplorable for her to get up there and just to poop on a community that love her in front of them white folks. People that ain't gonna buy that record. Okay? They not gonna buy that record. They not. When she released her new album, bang on bang. It's gonna be a lot of black and brown, trans, black, gay men, and a lot of white gays gonna be there. But that crowd she was with, they don't care nothing about. Nicki Minaj is also an immigrant. And I get it. I get it. I understand it. I understand it. So I was mad at my own business. So somebody sent me something that not said. I'm just minding my own business, and I know y'all gonna drag me in the comments like y'all always do. Ask dog hair because I rarely read the comments. So one of my producers sent me this saying that Tasha K posted this on her X account, and she said, "Chelsea, thank you. At Denied, you can interview her. I can't wait to tune in. Sis, you still mad about that 7K salary plus bonuses being gone? We gave your job to Tiffany. She's doing amazing." So Denied sent this email to Tasha K and it said this: Chelsea spoke with me for 20 minutes. She attempted to get me to do content against you to debunk and cherry pick your life story. And Tasha K said, you can interview her, do it. So then one of my producers, y'all know how I do, they go to the source, and they went to the source to Chelsea, Tasha K, former employee, and this is what Chelsea had to say. Girl, I don't want to do no MFing interview. These people are delusional. Saying that I missed a 7K a month check when my husband made 12,000 a night. But all the real though, somebody needs to interview Tasha and have her produce the arrest record for the uncle that she claimed violated her. And then I don't know why did not would lie and say I was on the phone with him 20 minutes. That never happened. So I'm reading that, and so I'm like, okay, Chelsea, I understand that this is a former employee of Tasha K, and she said her husband made 12K a night. And y'all remember the last time Chelsea been on this show, y'all send it to Chelsea. If she see this, she said she was opening up a coffee shop. Her husband was giving her a coffee shop. Was opening up her coffee shop and stuff like that. Mind you, she married, I believe he's an African. He's an older African, and she also got impregnated by this old African. Um, and they got married. Now I don't know if she got married to him before he can get a green card or if he already had a green card. I'm not 100% sure. But we do know this is an older gentleman. I believe he in his 60s or 70s, if I'm not mistaken. And so the last time I saw her dressed, she was dressed like an older woman from Africa. And she they covered your chest meat, they covered her ankles, and she was swallowed in African tribunal gear. And so, but the old Chelsea that I remember, she had the little tight skirts, tight dress. She had her chest meat showing, and she showed her thick body. But the last time I saw her, like she had on an African robe, and she was drenched in African gear. And when she was drenched in the African gear, tribunal gear, uh, eating fufu rice and jello rice, and that's how she was dressed. And so when I saw that, I said, "Oh my gosh, she's like dressed like African maid." You know, when you get the African workers, they come to your house. They have they have the hair wrap. They have the African. They have the the African maid service gear on. And I'm like, is this the same Chelsea that was dating Von Ray, showing her body outside, thick booty all out? I'm like, what in the world is going on? But I guess when that man put a ring on, he's a conservative. uh uh he's like, I want you to be fully covered. I want you to be fully covered. I don't want to see no flesh until I get you in the bedroom and I get on top of you missionary style and do all that kind of stuff, and be on top of her for about 5 minutes, skeet in her and get her pregnant and stuff like that. You know how that goes. I mean, I don't know if he go for 5 minutes. I don't know if the man go for 5 minutes. He can go for like 10 minutes. I don't know because I'm not in the bedroom with them. I can't. I don't know. I think she probably blocked me. I could leave her voicemail and them. Ask how long do he be on top of her? Is Von Ray better in the bed? She'd probably say Von Ray was better if she honest. Because before Von Ray was like pow 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 pow, he looked like a whole snack. Even Tasha K was looking at Von Ray and she was getting all wet and stuff. Anyway, so okay. I'm just minding my own business here. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Um I'm just saying what I'm saying here. Um Again, but I don't know. And I think what the reason why they're not back to this, I think he's trying to be over there with Tasha, because don't nobody fool him on YouTube. He wants Tasha on the show. He thinks she's gonna bring the big numbers and stuff. And then what Tasha K does, she'll say, "Well, I'm gonna try to get your platform back. I know people at YouTube," and she ain't gonna do none of that stuff. He's trying to be all over there. He's not that usable, and stuff like that. Because they got a case that's coming up at the end of January. And then one of the comments, like on the last video, "Why are you talking about our mom, making them a hot topic?" I said, because I can, and I will, and it's public, and it's a court case. And if I had the coins, I'd be right up in that courthouse with my notebook and my index cards, getting my notes. Okay? Say amen or say ouch. Because I'd have been right there, getting my notes, with my index cards on my notebook, get my notes about that case. And I want Armand to win. Why not? Now, Denai kept talking about the case with the Lil Dirt, and they had pushed it to May. So I still got time to save my coins up to go to the Lil Dirt trial. Why not? I'll be right there. I'm like, all right, don't worry about it. Ain't nobody gonna bother you. I'm right here. If somebody step with you wrong, they go they go this 14-inch shoe. We don't play that. These 15-inch knuckles, we don't play that. I'll be right there with my face celebrity. Okay, I'll be right there with my nose. Okay, so I'm kind of glad that they kind of like pushed it. The trial, it's gonna be in LA, but they pushed it to May. That was the last time I read an article. They pushed it to May. Yes, let's raise money for you to come out here for the trial. LOL. They can see the difference to be why you still here talking. It's black and culture. Obviously, black. What do y'all still talk about the black stuff? Okay, but I understand y'all talking about the black stuff. I don't listen. I don't get into who's black, who's not black. I know I'm black and I'm beautiful and I love me. Okay, I love me. Anyway, so let's see if we get any phone calls today. Give me a second. If we get any phone calls, let's put it on the screen here. Give me a second. 972-674-9462. Do I got my phone charged up? If anybody want to call in, that's the. Oh wait, I don't want to turn it off. I want to turn it on. Okay. If anyone want to call in, that's the number. Okay. But hey, y'all. But I get it. I understand like why Denai did what he did. Hey, you live on the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wally, thanks so much for going live before I had to work.
Yeah. Oh, before you had to. Okay. Yes, I'm glad. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad I went live. I said I'm gonna go live. I'm trying to go live at the same time, like at 10, because it's a little later on y'all end, but it's not too late and stuff.
On your end.
Instead of going live like 6, 7, 8 o'clock my time, because then it's real late on the East Coast.
Exactly. But I just want to touch on Denai. I believe that he's trying to use Tasha K, like you mentioned, to try to get his case back. I do believe that because that's what I thought. Because he used to drag Tasha K. He dragged her recently before he got his case going. Woody Woodpecker, he dragged her a couple times. So I think he's trying to use her now to try to get his page back. But I do believe that Chelsea is a hypocrite because she married that man for his coin, in my humble opinion, because someone put in the comments that the husband has 2 kids. Don't he have 2 kids?
Oh, the husband do have kids. I do remember that. Yeah, the husband do have kids.
He has kids because she posted kids up with all of them. Yeah, she posted kids up. But that's bad. But nobody heard from Chelsea, and then did not bring her attention. Like, it's just weird.
It's weird. And then you also can't believe none that Chelsea say either because she lies too.
Exactly.
She lies because I remember she had sent me stuff, and then she tried to unsend. She was sending me stuff about Von Ray, all type of stuff.
That gave Chelsea too.
Yeah, she trying to act like she's so innocent and stuff like that. Like, no, she sent me the stuff when Von Ray was not ratting Storm back, but walking on Storm back.
Oh, that picture,
that picture. That was all Chelsea. How did I get that? Chelsea sent it to
me. Chelsea was sneaky snail.
Yeah, and Tasha K put out a salad. That's a nice piece of money to make $7,000 a month just to look on YouTube.
I think she's upset that she lost that $7K because she used to brag. She used to brag.
Yes, she did.
About the coins that Tasha K paid her.
She used to brag.
Now all of a sudden your husband makes how much? $12,000 a day.
She said $12,000 a day.
Hopefully he's paying IRS. So do the streets need to dig in?
Yeah, hopefully he do pay, because I remember one time Tasha K said she was gonna literally do some research on the husband. She was gonna get a PI to do some research on her husband.
You see, Chelsea, you waking stuff up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just be quiet. Like you quiet. Like, she's not on my timeline anymore.
No, I think once she got married, I think her husband was like, I don't want you on social media, because it seems to me he's a very strict traditional.
His information was coming up.
Yes,
they was digging at his information.
Yeah, I believe he's a very strict African man, and of anything about the culture.
Oh, so he's disciplining her. That's
yeah, like, you a wife, you serve it to me. I'm the husband. I'm the head. I make the money. You listen. You open your legs up. I come in you and all that type of stuff. And she can't be. I remember one time she would be posting pictures of bikinis. I don't know if she still do that, you guys.
She used to do her travel blog.
She used to do her travel blog. I think he shut all that down. I think he was like, you ain't doing that no more.
Okay.
I mean, I would stop it too if I had a rich husband making $12,000 a night. Like, okay, hey, because Chelsea always wanted a man to take care of her. She always wanted to be a baddie, if you remember. She tried to research to be on Zeus. She never got picked to be on Zeus, stuff like that. But she always.
But I'm surprised Chelsea. I'm surprised she settled down to get married, because I thought she wanted to be like a hot girl. Like, she loved the attention. She's attention seeking. I'm surprised.
Yeah, like I guess she was like, I ain't getting no younger. I'm like, I'm gonna take this opportunity and all that because she had a lot of bad mix-ups. She had,
Or she knew the firing was coming from Tasha K. What was the next up? Like, what was the next upcoming? Like,
yeah, that's so true
So I
because
think
she
it was
had
just
some of the
get
people,
forward.
some of the staff members, excuse me, some of the guests she slept with, some of the rappers she
Yeah,
slept
oh
with.
yeah.
I know
Duty. What's his name? Duty Low.
Duty
Was it
Low. I
Duty
think she
Low?
slept with Duty Low. She slept with Von Ray, Duty Low. And whatever happened to Duty Low when he had them allegations with
I have no idea.
his
The
career,
allegation.
his career went down the drain, and that was all a lie. She got mad, and that's what you got to be careful who you
Yeah.
deal with. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes women would get mad and say that you fumble with their child just to stop your bag or to stop, to stop your
Okay.
career. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy to me. But yeah, Duty Low had to do an interview with Tasha, and yeah, and Tasha K said that Chelsea got it in with him. So wow.
And I want to touch on base with this heifer Cardi B. To me, she is not black.
She's not black.
No, she's not. And she needs to stop saying the N-word. Because, like I said, hybrids don't see her. Hybrids don't see her, okay? She needs to give back to the community. I've been saying this for years.
Yeah, she said N-word a lot.
For years. She needs to give this to the community.
She needs to give to the Wiley Fund, to NAACP.
Anything that she's giving back to the community, give back to hybrids. Give back. I demand her to give back. She should be ashamed of herself. Make it known that you're giving back. And you know what? I'm glad you're alive and we're talking about this heifer. But MTA, New York City MTA, if I hear Cardi B announcement again on the Super Train platform, you got to be ashamed of yourself. I don't want to hear that heifer mouth. She's not an icon.
What? They still got her voice playing on MTA?
She's not a representative of New York.
They still got her voice playing?
They have her voice playing that nonsense.
Wow. That's crazy.
You have to call them and be messy, chill.
That's crazy.
And I don't really follow McClurkin, all that nonsense.
Yeah, because that's crazy. I was Miss Barbara. She had called me like 5 times on this number that I rarely use, and she kept leaving these crazy voice messages.
And what she said?
Well, apparently she fell out with AT2, and she been cussing me out saying,
"Well, we've been warning her."
Yeah, I tried to tell her. I said they give you chance, and she gave, she bought what's name a crown. She bought them stuff, all that. I said you come over this, but you just can't take over the show, if I'm, because she has tried to take over the show, but she been calling me and stuff, and I never could answer because I don't answer that phone at all. So she been calling and stuff like that, and she said that her H2 fell out.
Yeah, she needs to come back home. Come back home to the Wiley show.
She might as well come back home.
Because Wiley was the only one that showed you love.
And we had got her to come on camera and everything. But you know how people do it.
Mm-hmm. And she loves it over here.
Yes.
Come back home, baby.
Yeah.
Tell her to come back home.
Yes, come back home. Yes. Thank you so very much, Icon, for calling in.
No problem, Wally. I'm in the bushes as always.
Okay, when I pop in New York, you'll know it because I can't wait to be in New York. I want to go when it's a little bit warm because I know it's still cold now.
Yeah, because it's cold. Yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you again for calling in.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
All right.
Bye bye. You live on the Wiley Show. Hey.
Wally, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
You look good.
Yes. Not 100%, but much better than I was when I first got on here. When I first beginning of the year, yeah.
I just want to mention about Tasha K. She didn't mention Cardi B name at all. All she talked about was Stephon Diggs and his other baby mama. She didn't even bring Cardi B up. But when Cardi B came after her, she was upset because somebody put lies out there about her dad. But Tasha K don't have absolutely nothing to do with that. And she just switched over to Tasha K and started going off on Tasha K. And the part I didn't like, she thought it was a dig to talk about that girl getting molested at 5 years old. Yeah, Cardi B thought that was a dig. And she reminded us that she hates men and she will have them R-worded, bang, bang, again, and R-worded. Yeah, she reminded us of that, too.
Yeah, and she got to be careful because she have daughters, making fun of someone that, because I know she angry. You got to be careful what you say because, she got little girls. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's how I felt, too.
And you don't want nobody.
And
she let people watch her.
She can get in trouble. She can get in trouble because she harassing the one who stuff did in trouble with.
That was, yeah. I'm going to say allegedly, but yeah.
She harassing that girl. Not good.
And I'm like, Cardi, out of all the men you can pick, you pick somebody that's worse than Offset.
Yes.
You might as well could have kept your husband.
She think all these women lying about his temper and what he'll do. She'll find out sooner or later.
I mean, she could have just kept Offset. And he's so stupid. Out of all the women he could have slept with, he's sleeping with Selena Powell, and she recorded him. I'm like, this is just crazy.
It is. It's a mess. But she better be careful with her words. And these boys gonna break up with her. The stuff she said about the 5-year-old Tasha being molested, the things she was saying about, even though Tasha, do her stuff, but that happened to that girl when she was 5 years old. So that's off limits.
That definitely off limits. But in this culture, people say so much like weird stuff on the internet and stuff like that. But Cardi B keeps saying she's going to sue and all that, but she had to be careful because Tasha K can actually get a restraining order against Cardi B, or
because the way she talking
and all that,
making threats and Tasha K, I hope she got all that kept
for her legal team. I agree.
At this point, she harassing Tasha K.
Facts. I agree.
It's a channel I ain't gonna say that I don't want to be promoting about it. Talk about her all day. He never go at that girl.
No. Mm-mm. And if this the same channel, she like a light skin. I don't know if she like black, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
The end of her channel is Files. You know the first part.
Oh yeah.
It's a color.
Uh-huh.
He talk about her all day.
And she just be on Tasha K behind, so we shall see. And thank you so much for calling in.
Yes, Marlon, you have a blessed one.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, we are live, y'all. Hold on, let me see if somebody else want to call in and give their thoughts here. Oh, somebody else called in? Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Let me call them back. You live on the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley. It's Natasha.
Oh, hey. Okay. I was like, what's this? Hey, Natasha.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I just wanted to say Cardi B is not black, and I blame black men for bringing all these low vibrational women. These cultures don't want them. No Hispanic men want her, and they push these low vibrational women on us like we have to accept them. And then these low vibrational women who are not black, but no other men besides black men who want them because these women are a mess. So black men always take the leftovers and the throw out and the garbage pail kids of other communities. If we just looking at husbands, and I'm not a fan of Tasha K, but her husband is I'd rather have Tasha K's husband than Offset or Stephon Diggs or anything. Cardi thinks we jealous of her raggedy men. She gets the black men that nobody wants. All of us, anybody in your audience, including you too, Wiley, all of us, men and women, I bet you any of us could have a night with Stephon Diggs and a baby. You know? So,
yeah, because he's that community pain.
Yeah, he is not a flex, and Offset is not a flex neither. But these women think that black women are jealous of them or want to be them when they trying to be us. We're the most highly educated. We are the ones starting our own businesses. We are the classiest, and we are the blueprint. Thank you, Wiley, and everybody have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Man, like that is so true. Like you just never know. When I'm looking at it, I'm like, both the men was just raggedy man. And I was just being real. And I know she's hurt. Like she'd be like, "Oh man, again." I know she complaining, but she got to keep that face like, "Oh, it's okay, whatever." But he no, that's not. Somebody's not a man where you could be in a relationship with. He's gonna cheat. I believe he's even worse than Offset. You know what I'm saying? Because Offset clout is kind of diminishing because he's not as famous as he once was. You know what I'm saying? And then he don't have that clout of like being in love with Cardi B and Cardi B showing love. Like most women will sleep with Offset just to get back at Cardi. So he just got to take whatever. But Stephon Diggs got a lot more popularity. He's in sports and stuff, so you got to do a lot of stuff. So which is why I believe it's kind of worse. But she had a baby by him, and that's what she want. And then you got to understand, like, is these people getting tested like that? Because if he up there singing the thing around to men and women allegedly, why are you opening your legs over here without no condom? That's the thing I be looking at. Because they always talk about how they say in the gay community, oh, they so interest. Make sure y'all wrap it up. But women, are y'all wrapping it up? Cardi, are you wrapping it up? Because he's sharing it like he don't like wearing no rubber. I'm just saying. I love you, but it's like he ain't wearing no rubber. So, like, are they getting tested? Like, that's just that community stuff. I get tested a lot. What's today? Is today? Oh man, I forgot. I'm gonna probably go to the thing next week. But I get tested. I just recently got tested like last month, and I always get tested because I'm like, you never know. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and I'm not even active into doing stuff. I just get tested because I would like, to be updated on a regular of what's going on in my body. Somebody say I would rather. Natasha said I would rather have a good man with education and plans than these raggedy rappers who don't have nothing but diseases and bankruptcies. They said, what kind of husband lets you get sued for $4 million, but was jealous that her mom was getting traction? And then again, like Tasha said, she got a little bit disobedience in her, like, because that was crazy, and she should have did her due diligence of researching a better lawyer. It was the people that were saying that Tasha K should have gotten better representation. Like the lawyers that she had was like criminal defense attorneys; they wasn't litigators, and to go on and stuff like that. I was just watching Really Garrett, that movie called The Burial, that the lawyer that Jamie Foxx played. She didn't have like a litigator, that a team of people that's all they do is litigation. Um, and defamation suits. But now Tasha K got lawyers that she's spending money on that deal with that, because it was a situation with Kevin Hart, and he thought he was going to just eat Tasha K up, and Tasha K won that. So, and it was something else that Tasha K won as well. So she do got a stronger team now than she just have. Yeah, Tasha K does Alyssa, and she suffer and suffered her on her demise. Yeah, I agree. But her team now is much stronger. No, that's the one with Jamie Foxx and the Jess Smollett sister was on there. Yeah, that movie is called The Burial. It's actually on Tubi. It was good. I watched it again. It was really, really good. It's really, really good. It's a good movie. I like watching it. I don't play. I was watching that on Tubi, and I was like, it feels real, 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 real good. Real good. It was real good. Yeah, it's called The Burial. It's a really good movie. It's on Tubi. And it's free. It's real good. Shout out to Tubi because Tubi got some good movies on there. Because I was able to watch Malcolm X on there, The Long Walk Home on there, and I was able to watch Blue Street yesterday. I was like, yeah, it's some good stuff on there. It's some real good stuff on there. Like Tubi is real good. Um, but the Sasha K, I don't think Sasha K can afford to go back to court and do all that stuff because she's not bringing out all the type of money she thinks she's bringing in. She lies. She put on this facade and stuff. Um, because that would be kind of like you just now building yourself up, digging yourself out of a hole. Why get into another legal battle? That's crazy. Because the last time she got into a legal battle, she had to ship her son to Africa. She had to ship her son to Africa, and she told the lawyer, "I shipped my son to Africa because I couldn't spend time with him because I was working so much." She just now got her son back from Africa, not too long ago, because she was dealing with the legal stuff and she had to work, 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 had to on the road, trying to do comedy, all type of stuff. Then she was trying to do a Zoom. From my understanding, the people were saying over there, like the Zoom is boring, the Zoom is boring, the Zoom is boring. And I went over there to the Zoom, it was boring. And like it was boring. I'm like, what's going on over here? Like, for real, for real. It was boring. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna just get on live. And I wasn't feeling well, so I did like a 30-minute live, and I'm like, okay. And I still owe y'all a 24-hour live. Still owe y'all that. Whew. No, they said that live wasn't at all. I'm just saying that they said the Zoom was boring because y'all want it's like the lies. It's the installation that y'all want drama. It's hard because then you got to say what next big lie can you go on with. That's the basis of our platform. What next big lie can we discuss? Can we lie on it or like dive into? And it works when the celebrity engages. That's why when Cardi engages, it boosts Tasha K name up in algorithm. And what Tasha K used to do, she used to jump on platforms. People used to put her name in a title and all of that. Yeah. Is Ray J going to the upper room? He need to take care of himself. When you having heart problems and all that drinking, it's not healthy doing all that drinking and partying. Ray J, you're not in your 20s no more. You almost in your 50s. So he need to be careful partying so hard. Then he posted on there that he having a birthday party in Austin, Texas. I believe it was in Austin, I believe. I'm like, you need to calm down and take it easy. You drinking, smoking, and doing all type of stuff. That's a sign of your body saying, especially when you start having chest pain and fluid around your heart. Like, come on. And they post about it, and I'm like, this is not good. Yeah, because it's like it's a little disappointing on her. Like, it's I just did an EKG and my results came back good. He never grew up. He never grew up. He was all he need to grow up. And he used to always get his sister. I will never forget it. His sister in the media right for the Boys Mind tour. Now, mind you, I'm gonna tread carefully talking about this. But he put out that Beyonce. Why y'all don't say hey to Brandy? Beyonce don't hey to Brandy. And from my understanding, according to Breakfast Club, they said Brandy and Beyonce are not seeing eye to eye. But why would you even put that out there? You know your sister don't fool with Beyonce, but you put that out there so you can get attention and all that type of stuff. That's why Brandy be pulling back from Ray J, because Ray J be getting her in mess. Be put her name in mess, and I didn't like that because I even knew I'm like I don't think Brandy and Beyonce on good terms, and that's okay. We be wanting all these celebrities to be cool with people. I'm a fan. I'm a star. I'm a Brandy fan. I love Brandy. Brandy is an amazing talent. I was so hurt that I couldn't go to her concert. Somebody would have bought me the ticket, but I had curfew and I didn't want to like mess up my living arrangement to go to a concert. But I really wanted to go to her concert to see her and Monica. I really would love to go to her concert. And they're trying to see if it's going to be uh, a European leg to the tour. So they according to Brandy Mama, the powers that be, that could be a conversation. That would be nice for the UK fans over there in Europe, because Brandy is very famous and she sold a lot of records and she don't perform that often. So people would buy them tickets because it sold out the Boys Mind tour. Like people were into it, like because Brandy rarely do concerts now. And to see both Brandy and Monica, and I've seen Monica perform before. I've seen her perform in Dallas about a couple of years back. I had got tickets and it was floor seats and she performed and we was leaving because the venue said we have to leave because like time was up and Monica was the last person on there because even Tamara was on there. I saw her perform and then I saw Bobby Brown perform and I'm like, Bobby Brown, you need to retire. He was out of breath. He couldn't sing. I said, retire. Like, what do y'all be doing with y'all money? I don't want to see Brandy, 80 some years old, singing The Boy Is Mine. I don't want to see Monica singing The Boy Is Mine, 80 some years old. And I look at this thing with Patty. She can't sing like she used to. She needs to sit down. Gladys Knight, she definitely needs to sit down. Cause I sit down. Like I don't want to be working when I over 60. When I get in my 60s, I want to be chilled out, checks just coming in. I'm enjoying life. I don't want to be working at 60 something years old. When you see me, I'm traveling, writing books, and uh, 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 going out of town. I don't want to be working, flipping burgers at 77. Well, you ain't got to worry about flipping burgers. All that gonna be robots, because the job market's gonna be changed. I don't want to do that. And then you got Dana Ross. She was performing "I'm Coming Out." Then one of the background singers tried to steal her, not steal, Lord forgive me, tried to take off her coat and she grabbed it. I was like, oh Lord. But I don't want to be performing like that. I want to leave. I want to be out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying. I, 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 I'm just saying. Like, I don't want to be out here working like that. You 85 years old, you still flipping burgers or CNA, doing CNA work at 87. I want to be have retirees when you retire and can just enjoy life. I would love that. When you retire and you can enjoy life. That's what I want to be. And go out to a musical. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be out there on somebody's sweatshop. You still out there picking cotton. You at 97 years old still picking cotton. It was a story, and I don't want to. I know I'm gonna offend somebody, but they was literally. It was this lady. I believe she was in her 90s, and she still work at Target. She's an old lady. I love working at Target. I said, ma'am, that ain't living life. Like, why don't you retire? I do not want to be that, hey, welcome to Target, and I'm not 89, 90. I don't want to be doing that, checking receipts at that age. Not me. Catch me traveling on my private jet, on my yacht. I want my concubines and me getting it in. You know what I'm saying? Not, I'm still out there working. Not me. That's just me. And you got Miss Robbie. She out there still performing. I mean, talk about I want to win a Grammy. I want to be the oldest person with a Grammy. Somebody need to tell Miss Robbie, and I'm gonna say it. I might get a lawsuit. You can't sing. Them vocals gone. But I did like her song, Ain't My Stuff Good Enough? Ain't It's Good Enough for You, babe. Like, she was just like Miss Robbie. But your vocals is gone. That voice is gonna keep flip. Like, I don't want to, but it look like she got money. She got money because she sold her restaurants and she's doing good. So I get it. That's just a hobby for her. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to be saying Miss Robbie in nobody's kitchen frying chicken. Like, no, I don't want to be saying that. Like, once you make, like, I want to relax, chill, make money and chill, relax. Like when I get to a certain age, especially, I really want to be retired in my 60s. In my 60s, retired, checks coming in. You know what I'm saying? I'm outside. I'm outside with my shirt off. Yeah, she was an ICAT, but that was back when she was in her 20s. But you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be out there. You a lifeguard at 97. I don't want to do that. Oh, they said whatever happened to the lawsuit. Oh, she's I think. Wait a minute. I think Miss Robbie dropped the lawsuit. I think she dropped it. If I'm not mistaken, I think she dropped the lawsuit. But that lady, she stopped talking about it. I don't blame because Miss Robbie got that old green. She got that money. She got them in a restaurant. She made a millions. Miss Robbie is a millionaire, and she sued both of them. Her son's still in prison. You know, he put money on her books and stuff. You know, Miss Robbie, she left her son. But she sued that lady, sued, and she got scared. She sued the other lady. They knew exactly who to sue. I'm not age shaming. I'm not age shaming. I'm just saying, okay, let me say for me, I don't want to be 89 still on YouTube. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Hit the like, comment, and subscribe. So yesterday I was over here watching Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, and I seen them over here on the YouTube. I don't want to do a Julia, and you 95 still doing YouTube. Like, that's not me. I want to enjoy life and not be working. You still a waitress at 97. And it's a disservice that our elderly still have to work because they didn't have a savings or they don't have, you know what I'm saying, Social Security checks not enough. So you a server and you work at a, you know, yeah, welcome to the Good Burger High. Take your order. You want 3 burgers high, 4 burgers and a large French fry. Like I don't. I think it is a disservice to see if I see somebody grandmother that's 80 something, 90 something there as my waiter, as my waitress. I'm gonna pray for them that God heal them, okay, and get them a financial blessing. Like that is a disservice. I'm gonna have to run for office to make sure that. But I get it. They say ever since my stepdad retired, he has been in depression. He should have stayed at work. I get it, but if he had like a hobby, one thing that I wished for him, and I used to tell him, I said, if you had a hobby, it like he need a hobby. He need a hobby. And so, you know what I'm saying? I get it. Like, yeah, he need a hobby. Cause man, if he had like, I was like, let's go on a roll. Let's go fish. He need a hobby. Cause like when you be in the house, it do get sad. Like he need a hobby. That's one thing I can say about my aunt before she passed. She used to go to the gym. She used to do swimming classes. She used to do the voting stuff, like people at the voting poll. She was a poll watcher, not a like poll worker at the voting stuff. She used to do the go and swim, do swimming. And I used to tell my grandma, I said, Auntie, she is doing real good. She all the way, and she was in her 90s. And I used to tell my grandma, I said, Grandma, why you don't do what Auntie be doing and stuff like that? My grandmother worked all the way till she just couldn't work no more. She had a stroke, and that was the last time she worked. She was in her 80s, working, still working. And I'm like, that's just so sad. I don't want to be like that. I really don't want to be like that. I'm 89 years old, still on YouTube. Hit that like and subscribe. And I told President Clinton he went over there on the live to click the live button. And over there on yesterday, I was on the live and I saw these 2 gals over here. Make sure you like I don't want to be doing all that type of stuff. I literally, I literally, I literally want to be living like have stuff to do. I don't want to still be on the line, and I want to still live life. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some elderly people. They live good. Like they do activities. They do real great. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no stress. Like what's that guy name? And he never retired. He just retired. Oh, that one is stockbroker. The stockbroker, he old. He just retired. The stockbroker. What is his name? He lived comfortable. What is that man name? Live comfortable or something. Cause yeah, I look at I look at yes, I look at Judge O'Brien when I see it alive, and over there, and over there, Kamala Harris, she wasn't nothing but a prostitute. Oh, well, I'm like Judge O'Brien. Well, you ain't got nothing else to do. Why you ain't out here mentoring young law students? He lost his law license. Like I don't want to be that a bitter old man. I want to be a joyous old man and stuff like that. I like it was this movie that I was watching on Tubi. It was this young black man and this older white writer. He was a famous writer, a famous author. He retired and he stayed in his apartment. And he got a new breath of fresh air because the young black boy got him out the house and stuff like that, and he got a new energy. And I'm like, that's what I want. I don't want to be like an old, bitter, mad at the world. I want to be like a good hip, seeing my grandkids, you know what I'm saying, my wife and all that, and all that. Yeah. Like I don't want to be depressed. Oh, and I've met so many depressed older people. And it's sad, just depressed, especially when they have to go on the nursing homes. Baby, you ain't seen depression yet. It's just sad. And I used to say to myself, I don't want to live like this. I don't want to live like once I finish my degree from criminal justice, I'm gonna go to nursing school. But I don't want to be depressed. Being somebody nursing home, I've seen that depression. It's sad. I seen that depression, and and it was just horrible. Not the movie with Kevin Hart. It was this movie on Tubi. I can't think of it. It was back in the 2000s. It was a white writer. He was a famous author, and the black boy was very educated. They moved him from public school to private school because he scored real high in his test score. He was a great writer and was a white racist. He was mad at the student. He was like, "You didn't write this paper. It was plagiarism. I don't think you wrote it." Like, no, he wrote it. And so the white man that was helping him and stuff like being a mentor to him came to the private school and really had his back. So it's like that was a good movie, and I forgot the name. But I was watching it yesterday on Tubi. If y'all know the name of it, post it in the chat. But I was watching on Tubi last night, and it was a good movie. I love having something to do with my kids. And I was just like, yes, you know what I'm saying? And it's just really, really good. Like I've for me, and I get it. Like sometimes when elder people retire, you lose your identity because you get up and you do a schedule, you up, you happy, and then when you're not working, you don't do nothing. That's why when you retire, you need to do stuff, whether it's write a book, whether it's get in a studio, do music, or whether you go and do art, whether do groups. They have like when you can play cards. You gotta have stuff that you do. And I was looking at my aunt's life how in her older years she traveled, and then when she couldn't travel no more, she still would go to the pool. She would do stuff at the gym, and she would still go. And it was like whenever it was like election time, she would work and stuff like that, and the election booths, and it brought her joy. And she would do church events at her church, and they kept her as the usher president. So I love that part of it. And but I don't want. I feel like it's just so sad to see our elderly when they get depressed. Like I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That really does something to my soul. See that being a depressed. Like bingo, I love doing bingo. That's good. Like I don't want to be on you like YouTube. Like I want to my media company be powerful and other young talent is on here, and I just have a company. They work for my company and stuff like that. But I don't want to be the face of the company and doing stuff like that. No, not me. Catch me traveling. You know what I'm saying? Catch me traveling. You know what I'm saying? Just catch me traveling. Somebody said my mom love bingo. I love bingo. Bingo is fun. Cards. Um, I need to learn how to play spades. Well, I play Uno cards or something. I don't mind playing video games. Reading, I love reading. Some other people love to read. I love to read, and I want to keep that skill, like reading books. I love it. I love it. Like reading, it's just amazing. It's amazing. But again, I don't want to be out there directing traffic. It was a police officer. He retired at 96 years old. I said, wow. And then again, if you want to work like, just take your vacation because you got some people don't even take their vacation. Like, I don't want to love a job so much if I don't take my vacation. Like, take your vacation. I love it. Mm. Anyway, it was so good as always. We had to put on a good show for y'all today. Make sure y'all thumbs up the Cash App $ Wally Show 1990. Thank you. Love y'all. Love y'all. I was actually up last night and I was listening to some songs. No, I don't know how to play spades. Now my mom is a spade player, and she been playing spades for years, but I never learned. I can have my mom teach me how to play spades, but I never learned. And she used to have parties and they used to play spades and stuff like that. I never learned to play spades. I never learned how to play chess, spades, uh, No, I never learned. It took me a while to learn how to play solitary. I remember when I first had learned to play solitaire, I was like, oh my god, it's so easy. I didn't even know how to play that. I said, this game is so boring. Yeah, I'm just saying. I have fun, but I get it. I understand it. Oh, you can teach me video taste that? Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Any other comments y'all want to say to me about anything else that I haven't discussed? Anything else that I haven't discussed that y'all would like my opinion on? Let me know. So I got Caillou. Okay, I can't show y'all my. I got Caillou as my screensaver. So I was at a friend's house, and she was like, "Is that your boo as your screensaver?" I'm like, "No, this confidential talk." Even though I have a crush on Caillou, like no shade, I have a crush on him. So when I go on my cleanse, he definitely gonna be on my cleanse. So if I can meet him one day, I'm going to my cleanse on Monday. On Monday, I'm going to my cleanse. And he's definitely. Um, so I want to have a sit down interview with him. I could do more lives more often. I promise I would do more lives more often. I put him as my screensaver. I did. I literally put him as my screensaver. I did not get the lap. I think Nick, he probably gonna get. It's gonna be hard to get a 70. He's gonna be guilty. I don't think he should get the death penalty. I think he should get life because I don't know if he did it or not. If it's 100% proof he did it, he did the crime, then life without no political. Because I don't like giving people the death penalty. Because who are us to take someone's life? Like, you know what I'm saying? I did not watch the Mary Crosby interview. Somebody said, "Oh wow, MC Shaky." They said, "Well, what is your opinion?" MC Shaky said he started to transition to be a girl. I just don't want MC Shaky to do no fraud. Somebody said it's MC Shaky. I don't want him to do no more fraud because he's been in prison enough. MC Shaky could be a millionaire. He's talented. He's gifted. And if you want to transition to being a woman, go right ahead. But don't transition being a woman doing more fraud. Like I don't want to see that for him. If you need to be on medicine, if you need to be in therapy and all that, I hope because he can make a lot of money online because he was doing great on YouTube with his prison stories. He can start his YouTube channel again and go online, talk about his prison stories, talk about his time in prison, doing celebrity gossip. He have a huge audience. I just don't want to see him going to prison. He have a million impressions on Instagram. I just don't want to see him going back to prison for fraud. Because prison is not the right place to be. And speaking about prison, according to Media Takeout, that according to Media Takeout, Diddy is going to get out in August, September, August, or June of this year. That's what I heard, according to Media Takeout. But take it with a grain of salt because Media Takeout that's they're not that trustworthy. It's saying so funny and talented, but he don't want to work and he like thugs. He should do the work online, but he gets lazy. He do the fraud and stuff. I would love to interview MC Shaky. Remember, he was supposed to come on my show, and then he went on Storm Show and canceled to come on my show. But it's okay. I mean, I said it first. I'm like, oh, my interview MC Shaky, and Storm backdoored me and got the interview. You know how that stuff goes. Because I still got a lot of questions to ask MC Shaky. I have a lot of questions to ask him. A lot of questions to ask him. Uh, but he was having a rough in jail. He was asking us to contact the prison. It was a lot of stuff that was going on behind closed doors. A lot. Whew. I was just pray for MC Shaky because he was like doing real good. He had like a whole agency on bingo, and he got arrested, and it messed up people that was in his agency. Well, Katie wanted me to go to the gym with her, and I might start going with her to the gym. Oh, what? I might start going with her to the gym. I know Brianna was in the gym. Roland Martin in the gym, but you got to change your eat because Roland been working out forever. I think Roland, what he does, I'ma just work out and I'ma still eat what I'ma eat. Cause I never see him lose the weight. So I might work out with Katie. Let me call her. Give me a second. Oh, she probably at work. What's today? She at work. But yeah, because what I used to do, eat healthy, eat 3 meals a day, eat healthy, cut out the sugary drinks, fast food, eat healthy, eat protein and stuff like that, work out, it'd be good. Like when I go back to the gym, you're gonna be like, damn, why did you lose the weight? It don't take me no time losing weight, like in the gym. Don't take me no time. It's really good because I was doing really, really good. And it's addictive. It's addictive. So make sure y'all donate so I can keep my gym membership paid. Donate y'all, put it in the memo, gym membership. And if y'all ban me a lamp, put in a memo lamp. Oh, I add it to the wish list. But I don't here she go. Hello. Hey, I'm live. I was telling them I need to start going to the gym with you because I'll be seeing you be looking good in the gym. Oh yeah, I ain't doing that today. I would love to go to the gym with you today. Okay. Okay. I'm down with that. Okay. All right. Bye bye. Ooh. Then I'm gonna go to the laundry mat tomorrow. Work out. And I gotta give me some better headphones. Like these headphones I got is terrible. And I'm trying to apologize. Listen, I'm gonna apologize to somebody. Can I apologize to somebody real quick? I'm gonna apologize to her. Give me a second. What is her name who I'm going to apologize to? I want to apologize to Leslie Jones. Somebody is sending people my videos. But I want to apologize to Leslie Jones. Don't block me. Also, I don't want to respond because I know you can roast me down because you're a comedian. But I want to apologize to her. I should have never ever said anything that her audiobook was bad. She was crying at it. But it just triggered me when she was sitting there crying and stuff like that. And I still be shocked when people go and watch my videos and get a reaction and they like, I'm like, oh my gosh. I get it. And I want to send my condolences. She lost both her parents. And I was triggered because she just sat and just cried on the audiobook. So let me see if I can send. I can't send out no voice note. So let me send her. Oh, I can send out a voice note. Yay! Let me see if she blocked me on Instagram. Give me a second. I think she blocked me on Instagram. Oh, she didn't block me on Instagram. Okay. Hey, Leslie, this is Mr. Wiley from The Wiley Show. I want to apologize because I was listening to your audiobook and I was saying some stuff that wasn't right. I would love for you to come on my show. We can have a conversation about your book because I'm still listening to it. And just keep up the good work. I love you at SNL. You did really, really good in SNL. Top talent. I wish you were still on SNL. But I would love for you to come on the Wiley Show again. Love you, sister, and keep up the good work. So I left for a voice note. Let me see what she doing. Okay, she's on tour. Okay, when she coming to Chicago or when you coming to Chicago or Las Vegas? I'm gonna mind my own business, but when you coming? You coming to St. Louis? I might have to take a drive to St. Louis. I might have to take a drive to St. Louis. What you did a comedy special on Peacock? I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna check that out. They said while you're a nice person, you want everybody to succeed. And everybody's like, yeah, I want everybody to succeed. Why are you worried about where I'm at now? Are you gonna help me if I get my own place? I'm still in Vegas though. But if she would have performed in Vegas, I would go and see her and then review it. But I was so shocked because like, it don't be a lot of people watching my show like that. So when I saw that she blocked me on X, I'm like, who sent that lady my video? Because I know she wasn't watching it. No, you can put it in. I know she wasn't watching my video. And if she was, I'm like, what? Then again, she could have been watching. She could have been watching. I always get into it with these comedians. Even I got into it with Flame Monroe. I got into it with Flame Monroe. And when Flame Monroe and I we was arguing, and she roasted me, yes she did. I was happy. I'm not gonna talk negative about Claudia. Y'all sent me some stuff about Claudia. I refuse not to do it. And let me tell you why. I want to be in a movie. And Claudia got some connections. So I'm not going to drag Claudia. I apologize because let me tell y'all, once I start talking about Claudia, I don't know how to stop. So I'm not going to talk about Claudia. I don't even go and watch Michelle ATL and Brown was talk about Claudia because once I talk about it, I'm the bad guy. Because Claudia, she's gonna watch the show, she's gonna say something, and I'm gonna be up for 24 hours. Oh, Leslie Jones, that was the person I was talking to about SNL. And I think you probably want to talk about the knot, Zaina. You probably want to talk about the knot. I was talking about Leslie Jones, and I get it. But what triggered me, I was listening to the audio book. I'm gonna put on their headphones too. So I'm gonna put some headphones. I'm gonna put a lap on my wish list. I'm gonna put headphones on my wish list. I need some good headphones because these cheap headphones, it was just terrible. I can't hardly hear on them. Tuesday night.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey,
I
so
freaking
we
missed the live. Oh my god, I missed. I'm so mad
you
right
was
now.
asleep. It's okay. You was asleep because
I thought
I
you were
went
gonna do
live
afternoon
at 10
time.
o'clock a.m. It's 4:15 now. What was you doing? Who was you doing it with?
Sleeping. I was sleeping.
You
I
were.
ain't gonna lie. I thought it was gonna be like an afternoon live. That's why.
I don't know. I did it early because, but okay, when you here, and this
Okay.
whole situation with Denat and
Yes.
Chelsea
What
is
did you talk
you heard
about? What did you say?
that it was all a lie and that did not lie. Or then I've also put out there Chelsea could have lied too, just to throw us off, just to get into some mess.
I don't think Queen Chelsea Alana was gonna lie on the night. Why would she speak to gutter rat garbage? I don't think that's not her character. So, I just feel like she wouldn't have lied like that because I sent her the actual link to Coffee City's video, and she responded
Okay.
back immediately and said, like, I don't understand why people are making up lies about her. Why Tasha K is saying that Nas going to interview her, which is not truthful at all.
Oh wow.
So, did you read the text
I
message,
did. I
Nick
can read it.
Wiley?
I'm gonna read it over again, you guys. And make sure y'all reach out to Leslie Jones to tell her to come on the show so we can get in the book because she did block me on Twitch. I mean, she blocked me on X. So make sure y'all reach out to her. In love, be peaceful. Don't be ignorant. But let me read these messages between Chelsea and Zayn. Oh wow, why is that? Where's the messages? Okay, right here. So this is Chelsea. She said, "Girl, I don't want to do no MF and interview. These people are delusional. Saying that I missed a $7,000 a month check when my husband makes 12,000 a night. But all the real though, somebody needs to interview Tasha and have her produce the arrest record for the uncle that she claimed violated her. And then I don't know why Denat will lie and say I was on the phone with him for 20 minutes. That never happened. And you said, wow, Denat is really crazy for making that up.
Right.
Uh, yeah.
Right.
But Denat, unfortunately, nobody's talking about him like that.
No.
Because he's not on YouTube, so people don't care. I brought it up because again, he's in a lawsuit. Excuse me, in a court proceeding with Armand. So I'm gonna talk about it towards the end of it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they was at a club, and so you never know, I might pop out in LA one of these days.
You
But
will, Wiley.
he was at a
You will.
club.
You will make it.
He was at a club. Thank you for that. He was at a club, and Armand was in a club with a Pooh Shiesty mask on, and he was recording Armand, and then I'm like, it was just a mess. It was
Yeah.
a mess, and I'm like, they're not to because I'm gonna still say this. He's not ugly. He's hot. I think he could go to law school and pass the bar the first time. He could do that same route that Kim Kardashian do because he knows something about the law.
Yeah. Well, I can say, Wiley, that I'm not a hater. I can congratulate him on his victory for his payment from YouTube. Is that what the streets are saying, that he won his payment? So I can congratulate him on that part for getting his pay, because they do have to owe him money. Like, you can't just say like, oh, I'm not going to give you your money because your account was canceled in the process of you making your money. So if that's the case, yes, congratulations. But as far as his overall victory of getting his YouTube channel back, that honestly did not happen. And now, since he's not been on YouTube, it's been kind of quiet over here lately. I still sneak over on Twitch sometimes and check out his little videos and see what he's got going on. He say that he's changed. he said that he's going to be more calmer. He's not going to let
He
people.
said he
Um,
said it all the time when he get up. He said gonna be calm. He's gonna be meditate. He said it all the time. But this is why I feel like Denard needs to get his credit. And unfortunately, due to the fact that people not gonna give it to him,
yeah,
he went against a multi-billion-dollar company
yeah,
by himself
yeah.
and won some money.
$2,400.
$2,400. But let that sink in. Most
Yeah,
people is he's doing it by himself. So I just feel like you give him credit, but did not do so much evil that you can't even give him credit when he
right,
do something good. Like you ignore, like YouTube
right.
ignored it. It was crickets. They didn't talk
Yeah,
about that.
I
But
think
he burnt somebody. He had a good ally with Nick at Night.
yeah, he
And
did.
then it was cricket. See, the Night is an in-person flip flopper. He talk all this stuff. He get in person, write notes and all that. You can't
Yeah,
do that. It's
yeah,
one thing to flip flop on the internet, but it's another
right.
thing when you get in person. Oh, I love you. You so great. Did you get on the internet? Skip you. NyQuil. NyQuil. And
Yeah,
then you see him in person. I love you, Armand. I wish we could be cool. You like my brother and my sister. You remind me of my brother and my cousin. Like you can't do stuff like it's confusing to do that. I just
yeah,
think this is the thing. I think they're not pull a page from my book. I want to be cool with you, but I still want to drag you from my to grow my platform. That's
yeah,
his mindset. And if he
yeah.
see you in person and you got that aura, you smelling good, looking good, he gonna write you a note.
Right. And while I think that he might have some form of mental illness,
Oh yeah, I
when
could.
you go into a hospital, there are two questions that they always ask you in the mental health ward. Number one, do you want to harm yourself or others? And number
That's true.
two, do you think that people are out to get you? And I think for that question, he would have probably say yes. People are out to get him. The troll Armand's troll farmers out to get him. And it's very fun, like you mentioned the whole club incident, Wiley, because West Hollywood is very, very small. And so they're bound to run into each other in West Hollywood because it's a small community in the gay
And
and gay.
it's not too many clubs that cater to black people.
Exactly. So that's one area that if you were being a gay man, you go to West Hollywood, you will feel safe at because it's your community around. The police are they're not going to hurt the gays in the community, but it's just sad and unfortunate that they're going through this and that they got to go to court and stuff to settle all this and stuff. So
Yeah,
whatever.
it's really something. And Denard could have just, for me, if I had to give him advice, if I was one of his advisors, I would have told him you need to be cool with Armand and y'all help each other, grow as creators. You know what I'm saying? Look at Castanai. Look how many people Castanai have put on
Well, Wiley Denat is looking for interns if you're interested.
to work with him. That's psychotic. Absolutely not. That's a sinking ship. I intern for Armand, somebody that's successful and have a track record over there with the not. That's psychotic. What we gonna be
Right,
interning on? Because he gets banned from places like I won't want to intern for no stuff like that. No. Now he had a good track record of doing movies, a good track record of having interviews on the media, and doing something positive. And I'm like, oh, okay, I will love that. But child, that's a sinking ship. What are you
right,
interning?
right,
Because he's not doing nothing. And then he talks about, Lord have mercy. This man talk about his career like he's like Denzel Washington.
mm,
He don't have that. He's like a Michael B. Jordan. And he talks about how he know all these people. Then why not do it? If he would have spent half his time going to auditions, don't they still have auditions in LA? Probably like
every
almost
day,
every
every
day they
day.
got auditions for stuff. So for him, he need to be doing that. How to be an actor, how to get into acting. Give us updates about that. But just tearing down your fellow black creators for a click, it's old news. It's kind of outdated. I would
Right.
love to see him get into acting and showing his acting skills, going to a theater, get into a play or something. I don't know if he know how to sing, but get into that. Or go on and interview that, which no, I don't want him interviewing that homeless guy on the street, that one that worked for Nickelodeon or Disney,
Yeah,
because it's really
yeah,
sad. Like I don't, that's just sad. Like
very.
it's very sad. And his family was like, "Don't give him no money. Give me the money." Okay, but they was like, "Don't give him the money. He need help," because they put him in a motel room and he destroyed that motel room.
I wonder what was his reason for putting the microwave in the tub.
Most when you on that like psych when you got psych props and plus the crystal meth and stuff like it them voices will tell you it's something in the microwave. Put it baptize the thing. Yeah. It's very psychotic. Like I was talking to my cousin today, and I was talking to him today, and he's a crystal meth addict. Today he
Mm,
wasn't making no sense. I gotta talk to the government to do some stuff in my neighborhood. He just
that's
wasn't
sad.
making sense, and it's just sad because he's not the same person that I knew. I mean, he was lit. He had all the dudes. He was the life of the party. He had checks, just checks. Like it was just everything was like good. I looked up to him, and now I'm just like, Lord, like, damn, what? But them drugs will bring you down. And crystal meth, like people not talking about that enough. They need to do a documentary on how crystal meth is destroying the black gay community. Like that, the drug culture, crystal, because that crystal meth, once you get that, you can tell when they on it because they post all type of weird stuff on the internet.
Yeah. And while you got to be very careful. I remember when I first came to LA, like back in 2017, one of
Hmm.
the first drugs I was offered was um the C word
Yeah.
and the M word and stuff. And I was very what's the word? Like what's the word? I was very like confident in my response was like, no, that's not for me. That's not for me. And if you come to LA and you get hooked on those drugs, because it's easy to get, it's very easy to get. Once you get hooked on those drugs, it's hard to like let go of it, to get off of it. And next thing you know, you want more and more and more. I've been to some Hollywood parties where there is drugs there. There is things that substances that people are engaging in that if I was like um willfully influenced, I would be like, yes, let me go ahead and try this. But in my own right mind, I'm like, no, this is not good for me. This is not, I love all my peace.
Yes.
So, but
Because
yes,
what
you're
just
right,
happened
Wally.
to just smoking a little blunts? You know?
Right. LA is in the capital of, marijuana is absolutely legal out
Yes.
here.
And they
So
got some stuff that Snoop Dogg said can really get you high, high, high.
that
Like,
part right there, that's all
I'm
you need.
okay with
That's
that.
all you
Like,
need.
but the others, because it's destroying. Like, it's the guy that comes on my show, and I call him the Cardi B publicist.
Oh
He's an older
gosh.
gentleman. I think it's older gentleman in his 50s. Look like he in his 30s. In the gym, took it up, but he said he sees so many of the young babies, these gays,
Yeah.
hooked on that crystal meth, look like zombies,
Mm-hmm.
and they homeless. I see it a lot. It was this one guy. He was hooked on drugs. You could just tell, like before the drugs, he was just gorgeous. He looked terrible, and
Yeah.
I wasn't even ashamed of it. I was trying to give him some resources. He didn't even do nothing. I told him to get him off the street. It was like, and some just told me like, just worry about yourself. You can't help nobody that don't want to.
Be helped.
That's what they want. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because you see some people on the street. You be wondering like, why? Some people have family will get them on the street, but they don't want to let the drugs go,
Yeah. And
and
you're right, Wally.
they burn bridges. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And you're right because you can't help no one until they're ready. If they're not
Until
ready
they're
to get off
ready.
the streets, Wally, ain't no amount of help that you can do. You can put them in a hotel room, you can put them in
Yeah, and
the
then
Hilton.
too, one thing I hate about that is that they put it on camera. Like if you're gonna do something for somebody, do it off camera. Don't put the camera because like it's just terrible. And his family, I'm so glad the family's speaking up. They said
Yeah,
don't give this man no money because he needs psych help. He need all type of stuff. Now it need to be laws in there where the family can take over, be a guardian, and force you in the hospital. Just
yeah,
force you in there for like a good 2 years.
yeah. They need to put a 5150 on them for real bad.
Yeah, it's like it's our laws are so loose in there. Well, it wasn't loose for me because in Texas they made sure they kept me. They said you can't go nowhere.
Oh yeah, that's very true.
So, but I don't know. I think California got some loose law. Maybe he was in Texas.
Very
They
true.
kind of forced him in there. But they would tell you in the hospital. They would tell you. They said after you leave here, you got to continue to do the work.
Man,
And then when I was doing it, I didn't continue to do the work. I'm like, oh my god, I was in denial. But now I take the medicine every day and I
that's
continue to do
good.
the work. And I was watching Richard Smallwood, the guy that wrote the song "Total Praise." He had depression and he was on medicine, and he was saying
Mhm.
like, "I preach to the rooftop, take the medicine because you got people in the church that got high blood pressure, they got wear glasses, and I'm not ashamed of it." And I think I have to continue to tell this testimony to people because this is all people that suffer inside. I will never forget it. It was this young lady in my church, my former church that I grew up in. She had a mental breakdown, psychotic, like mental breakdown. She
Yeah.
had to go to the mental hospital. And we keep that uncovered because we got to talk about it more in our community. And then you get people, what do? They get the drugs, and that's a bad combination. You got psych issues plus drug, and then
Yeah.
some people get on drugs and they develop into psych problems.
Yeah. It's true. I don't
Because
know, Wiley, if you saw the interview with Jennifer Williams, but Jennifer, no, sorry, Jennifer Lewis, but
mhm,
she has bipolar, and she went on an interview and she said, at first she was in denial about having the bipolar, right? But then she
uh-huh,
said she would take her friends to New York City and she would look at the Time Central station and she'll tell them, look at these buildings. The only thing bigger than me. And she felt like she was unstoppable, all this
yes,
grandeur. She
that's
felt
that
like,
me.
nothing can control her. But she had to realize that was the bipolar
It
taking
was
over her life.
it was the bipolar, and for me, it was that way. Like when I would do a show, I couldn't stop me from doing my show. Like I felt like I'm the baddest of the, and I talk for hours and
Yeah,
hours and hours. I couldn't cut it off. And I go into the store, I would say all these weird stuff. Like it's just it's that mania. It's that, and then another interview she did, and I've been trying to find a full clip, but Oprah didn't release it. She was in a nail shop, and some told her to mess up the nail shop, like throw the nails on the ground, throw the stuff on the
mhm,
ground, and stuff like that. Because that's part of the mania. It's the
it
best
does.
feeling ever. Like I'm telling you, the best feeling ever. Like, but once you come down on it,
Yeah,
like get like
reality.
yeah, come to reality. You get on the mess, you go to sleep. It's like, and like, but it's the best feeling ever, especially when I do YouTube. Like, my jokes be hidden. It be more
You do.
powerful.
You
I'm
be
more
funny.
funnier, manic than I am. I'm not manic. Extremely funny. Like, and then when you get mad, oh my gosh, when you got somebody that's having a manic breakdown and you try to talk to them and try to, and I remember again, I was manic one time. I was on the Dallas bus and I was up there singing Cardi B song, "Be Careful, Be Careful." And I was singing loud. You thought I was on the bus by myself. And somebody told me, shh, shh. A white lady told me, shh, shh, shh. I said, you blankly. I cussed that lady out.
Oh Lord,
Her
not the Karen.
ancestors have me to sit on the front of the bus to sing. And then the bus driver says that the bus driver tried to tell me something. Then I cussed the bus driver. I said, shut up. I'm trying to help you with it all that you like I was a mess. I was a mess. And but yeah, man, I was a mess. It was a video that I put on private. I was so manic. This when I was in Dallas. I'm talking about all the civil rights leaders. I'm dragging Roland Martin. I'm dragging Dr. King. I'm dragging his wife. It was just terrible. It was like it was funny because like people was laughing. They'd be like, "Who's this crazy nut?" And mind you, when I was living in Texas, I was living in a quiet
Yeah,
neighborhood for the
you
Mexican
were.
community. It was just quiet. I'm just loud talking in that phone. But and then when I was manic in Dallas, and I was on there for hours on the live. So somebody said, "Well, we need to call the police to do a awareness chat." And I guess they thought they was going to arrest me or something like that. And but you have rights. If you're not a danger to yourself, the police say you're not a danger, and if all you're doing just being on YouTube, there's nothing you can do. So
Yeah,
they left, but they were laughing at the stuff. I was calling people coons. It was
you
just
were.
terrible. I was a hot mess, and nobody could get to my mother. Couldn't get to. Oh, my mother, she was upset because people, hundreds of phone calls, because people
Yeah.
call for mess.
Hmm.
So she getting all these phone calls from people because I'm very well known when you're on YouTube, especially when you crashing out. People just kept calling her. So
Yeah.
she decided, to say, I want to know, did I call her? I think she called me, and my mother rarely called. But she said, get off that strip. You think Trump care about you? And I didn't say a word because I was like, I'm not about to cuss her out. Some just told me, just let your mom vent, let her vent. The voice said, just let her vent,
Hmm.
and did. Then she got off the phone. And then I went back on the live singing about Donald Trump, went back to the strip and all that. And all that stuff. It was a mess. I was a hot mess. I went to that shop and I was thinking about Donald Trump. Oh
You
Lord.
changed, Wally. You changed since then, so I'm so proud of you. Tiffany Young says, Wally, did you read her book?
I did. Black Money of Hollywood. Yes, I did. I read both her books. Yeah.
Okay,
It
I
was
didn't
good.
read her
Like
book at all.
she talked about like, and one thing I learned about her story is that she get into therapy. And one thing I can't wait till I can call my therapist. Like she can call her therapist because she got money. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
in our cases, like you got to be on the wait list, and the therapy sessions are different. It's like
yeah,
over the computer. It's not in the office. Like, I did one therapy session in the office. It was terrible. That lady had me looking at coloring books. It was just terrible. Like, what kind of therapy session is this?
right.
Like, it just but when you get research, that's why I'll be like, I don't feel bad for Kanye West because this man got a lot of money.
Yeah, not all
If he
therapists are the same.
if he's sick and twisted in the head, it's because he wanted to be. Because you got the resources to get the best therapy, the best medication, the best nutrition. You understand what I'm saying? And you
But
rich.
but Wally, look at it in his way. Whenever you take that medication, sometimes it impacts your creativity.
That's only if you take the wrong medication and you get the right dose. That's what he need to communicate. Be like, hey, this making you feel drowsy, and they can rework the medicine to make sure you get the right dose. Look at Jennifer Lewis. Did it stop her creativity?
No, it
And I
didn't.
want to know what medicine she on. That's the medicine I want to take. I need to ask because she never talk about the medicine that she's on.
So Wally,
And
you take a pill form.
I took a pill for me out.
Did you know that now there's a injection that you can take once a month?
Really?
The for bipolar 1 and 2,
I
there's an
need I
injection
need to see I need to see about that. Like about the I would love to do an injection
instead of
instead of
taking the
taking.
pill. There's an injection you can take now.
Yeah, because yeah, 'cause I would love to see about that. We talk about Jennifer Lewis, but I would love to talk about the injection once a month. I would love to versus taking a pill every day because I'm like it get tired. 'Cause, like someday you might forget because like you have to take it every day. So what I do so I won't forget, I leave it by my bedside on the little dresser thing and just take it. Even if I don't take it with water, I just literally take it like right there so it'll be good with it, everything like that. Because
Yeah,
you could definitely see the change from last year, Wiley. You could see the medicated version
yeah,
versus the not medicated version.
yeah,
Like doing the lives, I was like, now I would love to get some medicine that don't make me as drowsy. So I'm gonna work with my psych doctors to give me something so I won't be as drowsy. That's how I'm doing a lot of videos because like y'all be
hmm,
going, and I damn sure don't want to do a video when I'm on here sleepy and drowsy. I will never forget I
yeah,
was on Monica's show and I was knocked out. I
yeah.
was I was snoring on camera. She said, Wiley, I'm like, oh, because that mess had me so drowsy.
Yeah,
And I was
it
knocked out
does.
asleep. They was talking about the Real Housewives, and I was snoring on camera. So that's how I have to get some medicine that don't have me drowsy and sleepy and stuff
Yeah,
like that. But yeah, but when I'm not on that medicine, that creativity, them creative juices be flowing.
it
But it's
do.
no
It do.
cutoff. It's no cutoff. It's like you like a robot and you up. It's no cutoff. Yeah, they said something like Kanye was going to the wrong doctors and they were playing with him. Yeah, and then again, Kanye probably have the right doctors, and Kanye don't want to continue the treatment because you understand you're dealing with somebody that's a multi-billionaire that have all this power, and if he feel like I don't need to take that medicine, it's like no, like take the medicine. Like you know what I'm saying? His
Yeah.
wife could have done better if he was still married because they could have got a conservatorship and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Kim didn't do it, and I guess she didn't want to do it and get no backlash from the black community. She probably says, "Just let this nut be a nut." I ain't
Right.
got time for all that. I'm about to divorce her. But she could, as his wife, she could have did a little bit more to put him on a conservatorship or
Yeah.
guardianship to really, because he was acting out. I remember one time when he
Yeah.
ran for president. When he ran for president, I looked at it, I said he manic. That man is manic as hell. When he ran for
Yeah.
president and he started crying about she shouldn't have done it. I'm like, all and the cameras was just rolling, and I'm like, oh my god. And I was looking at when I was having my financial breakdown, and it was a manic breakdown.
Yeah.
But then you saw the snot. It was just terrible. And
Yeah.
guess what? Mouth TV took it, posted on his page, and stuff like. I'm
Mhm.
like, I would
Yes, he
never be
did.
able to live that down. Like it's like certain family members. I'm not. I probably would never. They'll probably never be cool with me ever again in life. But you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? They probably would never. It would surprise me. Now, if I get some money, they all be good because they money hungry.
Yeah.
And that's what I kept. I had a dream like I had hit the lottery, and all the family members that said I ain't shit, like everybody was hitting me up. My phone. I'm like, how did you get my number? Something like that. But what I did was when I had hit the lottery in my dream, I put all my nieces and nephews, put them in the trust and stuff like that, and I disappeared. Like I changed my name and disappeared or something like that. And then I had my secretary, my sister, reach out, and I would meet my family like once a year.
Yeah.
But I really I had a dream like, and then the family members that said they would never talk to me again, they was just blowing me up for money. But that just changed my whole identity. I changed like everything. I remember it was real good. I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it. And then I knew I was rich when I had my worker brought out my fur coat because I love fur
Oh
coats.
gosh.
In the wintertime, I showed to my I was like, oh my
Funny.
god, all right. But yeah,
Wiley, I don't know if I ever asked you this because I did some research. They say that bipolar is hereditary. Do you know if your mom or your
yeah,
family member had
my
bipolar?
mom. I don't know about my dad, but my mom was diagnosed with stuff in her younger years.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't know if it was bipolar because she never talked about her diagnosis.
Mm.
But then my uncle was diagnosed with schizophrenic, and then my brother was diagnosed with some mental illness. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was bipolar or not, but it runs in the family.
Yeah.
And I'm like the only one right now that is like taking the medicine, like really like, oh, embracing the diagnosis. Like one of my fellows,
Yeah.
they act like ain't nothing wrong with it. So they'll replace it with either alcohol or replace
Mm-hmm.
it with alcohol or drugs to
Yeah.
replace him. And then my uncle, he died in a facility. Like he died in a nurse home by himself, like no family
That's
around,
sad.
because he didn't want to take his medicine. Like he has schizophrenic, and he was schizophrenic, and he had like my grandmother tried to keep him at home, but he just did not want to take the medicine. He would get clothes out the homeless bin. He would bother folks, like get into fights with people. It was just terrible. And so she just put him in a facility. Then the security guard beat him up at the facility. Then she
Oh
put him in
wow.
another nurse home. So he just died in a nurse home. And I look at that story, I'm like, oh, I don't want that to be my life. Like
Yeah.
he like no around no family, and like his son was in Georgia. He had nobody around him, and this is like, and then and then this is funny. Then when he died, like then my uncle got into church and started preaching. He started talking about homosexuals going to hell. I'm like, preach that at a funeral. My sister
Wow.
got up and closed that door. She got up and left because they gonna preach about that. Like
Yeah.
when I saw that on the camera, when I was saying, I said, "See, this is why." I'm like, because I'm like, what's my uncle homosexual? I'm like, all that type of stuff. I don't think he was. But my cousin, I'm gonna show y'all. I think they deleted their podcast because my cousin, he just is feminine out this world. And they don't say nothing about him. But
Yeah.
then I pray for him because I'm like, oh my gosh, I understand. Like, I get it. Like when you have your son that's gay, my uncle he preached so against it in the pulpit. I think a lot of stuff that he want to say to his son, he don't say. He just
Yeah.
said in the pulpit and stuff because like my cousin he's just so feminine. He still live with them and stuff like that. I'm like, if I'm the only one that know that he's gay, but y'all, I'm not gonna say it because I know it's hard. It's
Yeah.
not easy coming out of the closet and living
Especially
your
with some type
life.
of family.
Especially with that type of family, I get it because you know what I'm saying. He can't be bringing his boyfriend over and all that
Yeah.
type of stuff. Like you can't do that. Like you do that once you get your own place. And even if you
Yeah.
do get in a relationship, if you get married, your family not coming. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now, my mom would come to my wedding if I were to get married to a man, and my sisters and brothers, they will come. But anybody outside of that, like my grandmother, she will not come. My auntie, she will not come because they don't believe in that. They're very conservative, and you ain't changing their mind.
No,
And
you're not.
you just have to be at peace. You just have to be at peace with that too. You know what I'm saying? So I love families that be like they have a gay loved one, the mom cool with it, the dad cool with the family just cool with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love that because that's like, oh my God, it's like you ain't got to be ashamed. But how many gay people they have to cut their family off because they disown them? Because and that's another reason why a lot of the flight of a lot of young people on these drugs in the gay community because they can't go back home.
Yeah,
They
it's
were kicked
true.
out.
I wrote a
You
song, Wiley, called "Meaner Than Mean," that I'm recording in the studio. Well, it's already done, but I wrote it called
okay?
"Meaner Than Mean," and it's about being gay and not being accepted in society, right?
Mm.
And people judging you, and this is a really great song for the LGBT community. I can't wait to actually put it out with Sony soon. But yeah, it's and I want to tell you this, Wiley, too. Since bipolar is hereditary, do you think that one of the Kardashian children, with Kim, might have bipolar one day? Because
Yes,
it
one
says that it
day.
comes out in the
Hmm.
late 20s.
In the late 20s, that's what it came out for me, and it was in my 20s. It hit me hard. I remember the day in Chicago when I had my first mental breakdown. Like I was
Mm,
cussing out. Now, mind you, I wasn't a cuss. Like I cussed, but I didn't cuss from my family. You know what I'm saying? But that time, I went off on everybody. And when I went off on my uncle, a pastor of a church that I followed and loved, and was I'm a Bears. When I did that, and now I know I was like, oh my gosh, I have a problem. And they didn't know. They just said I'm on drugs. Like they said it again. He's on drugs. That's the rumor. They don't want to say mental illness.
right.
They say he's on drugs. But I'm like, no, no, it's not drugs. It's that mental stuff is no joke. It's no joke. And my grandfather committed suicide.
Mm,
So I had that in the family and stuff like that. They don't talk about it. It's just pushed under the rug, and it's just sad. It's really really because people need because I think if people talk about it more, it would help a lot of
it
people.
would.
Because it would help so many people. That's why I tell my testimony more and more. It helps so many people because so many people are like, oh, see Wiley on this man, he's doing so good now. Like I'm gonna start taking my medicine more because I want to live a successful life. I will never forget it. My subscriber, her brother committed suicide. They was living in Trinidad. They was living in Trinidad, and they don't have the resources they have in America.
I
So she
believe it.
called the moms like, Wiley talk about, and then some of the symptoms is what brother got, and so they tried to give him the help, and unfortunately, he ended his life. So it's a blessing to be in America because America got the resources. America
Right.
not perfect, but they don't got the because you can go to any hospital in this country and tell them that you having problems mentally. They will put you in a facility to get you some
They
help.
will. They
But you have
will.
to continue because they're trained. Even like now by law, they have to ask you that question: Are you suicide? Are you harmful? Are you harmful to others? They
Yeah.
have to ask you that question legally. And if you say yes, you ain't leaving that hospital.
Right.
You're not leaving. You going to the other way. They gonna get that security. Gonna take your shoestrings. They gonna put that security at the door. They gonna wait on you to get a bed. You ain't going. You ain't going nowhere.
That's so
Okay.
true. They do take the shoestrings.
They taking a
Anything that
shoestring.
yeah.
You ain't keeping them shoestrings out. Man, these some. Do you look at that? I don't care if it's a drug. They taking them shoestrings, and it's
Oh
gonna be somebody
goodness.
sitting outside your door.
They give you flip
Charlie,
flops. They give you a little
get
little
flip flops.
gown.
The little paper gown stuff. They give you the little paper gown. Yes, I've
They got
done it.
the
I've been.
bars on the windows.
Yes, I've been. If you blessed enough to have a window, I've been in some places where it was like padded rooms, the one with the little screen they can see because I was really like acting. I've been in a couple of places and stuff like that. It's a journey, and I can tell people I'm not perfect because I have been in denial, of it. I'm like
Yeah,
I'm in
that's true.
denial. Yeah,
It's
I'm in
very
denial. They say, "Oh
true.
my God, I'm sorry about your girlfriend." Yeah, and see, when my grandfather, I think reason why he did it because he hit a white man because
Oh wow.
something happened. I think the white man said something off the cover, did something to him, said something to him, and so I think he punched him. And back in that time, that you're gonna be swinging from a tree. And I guess he was like, no, I ain't gonna let that happen to me. I'm gonna take my own. Now that's what my family. They could be lying. He could just have mental issues and just took his life. But this story makes sense. Oh no, I was a white man because I will never forget it by my uncle. One of the rumors, and even my uncle shared this over the church. Yeah, my brother, he stole from this witch doctor, stole some out of her purse, and she put a curse on him.
Oh wow.
Put a curse on him because I mind you, my uncle Freddie, he was doing good in school. He wasn't on drugs. He was like, they would tell my uncle like, you need to be like your brother Freddie. He's so smart. And then one day it switched, but it could have been like he just got diagnosed at that age in his 20s, and he never was right. I never seen my uncle like healthy, but I could tell when he's medicated
Yeah.
and when he wasn't medicated. And and he was just a pro of spitting his medicine out. He was a pro even when you tell him to open your mouth to make sure, and he still would spit his medicine. I'm like, I'm not that good. I just take it. But he was a pro at that. But I could just tell like it was so embarrassing because like he would put on these dirty choir robes. He would walk the street with the choir robes and stuff like
Mm.
that. I've seen it. Like he would argue and stuff like that with people, with my grandmother and stuff like. Because she really wanted him to be at home, but he
Yeah.
couldn't take his medicine. Like literally, he did not want to take the meds. Like it was another lady. Her name was Angel, and she was dirty and stuff in the street. My grandma would bathe her, and I could tell when she's medicated, she had the most intelligent conversation. But when she went on that medicine, she be trying to bake a cake. I would have time. So one day she came to the church and she said, "I'm gonna bake." She just went in the kitchen, down in the basement, trying to bake her kid a cake. Now, mind you, she got custody of none of her kids.
Oh
The state
wow.
took all her kids. So my grandma said, "Go to your house and bake that cake." She literally was in the church trying to make it. And then one time they had to call the cops on her because she locked herself in the bathroom. They had to call the cops on her because she got into it with one of the deacons and stuff like that. And it just be so sad. But I did see her one day. She was clean, and she would have the most intelligent conversation, like a nice woman.
Yeah.
But baby, when she went on that medicine, she would be lit. But her mama had problems, some mental problems. So it's just like in the community, what we do, we just talk about people behind their back instead of having in church. Let's have a
Yeah.
mental health awareness day. Let's bring a psychiatrist. Let's talk about what is bipolar.
Yeah.
What is the signs? You understand what I'm saying? Like what is the treatment? Like different treatment programs. Like we don't talk about it enough. And then, because so many people suffer, especially with kids, because you got kids now that got so many problems now. It was a
True.
case that I was reading earlier that a family sued an AI company because he got into a relationship with an AI bot,
I heard
and the
that.
bot pretty encouraged the boy to like in his life, and he did exactly that. And they sued the company, and they got a settlement. And so it's like, and so now you even got this whole problem with this whole AI stuff and all that. So it's really something. How you get in a relationship with somebody on AI? But this world have just is changing. It's really,
It's
really,
very
really,
much
really
changing.
changing.
Very much
Yes.
so.
Yes, they said beg you is crazy, but put you. What is that? They begging me to leave you alone. Oh, I'm literally reading this. So like, yeah, it's really something like that's something like even when I look at the night, I'm like, it's okay to not to see your psychiatrist to take your meds. Like, and then and he always have you ever been diagnosed with something? And it could have been you never been diagnosed, so it's like because if you have it's something wrong with you, you always have anger issues, always in fights because you need to get some
Yeah.
help.
And
Because
also
that's the
too,
problem right there too.
Wadi, another thing about being bipolar is not, taking showers regularly. When I see him in that crusty blue jacket with no shirt on, for hours and hours and hours on end, I think to myself, he ain't been in the shower. He ain't took
Yeah,
a bath
like you gotta
today.
take a shower. Cause I'm telling you, like when I was man, it was terrible, man. I wasn't taking showers like that. And I was just like, cause I just be online for hours, hours, hours. You ain't taking no showers, like, cause you always online. I remember that, and everything. Like, oh my God, like you are so right. And then you could tell by their face, like you could tell, like you're not resting, like your eyeballs all red, and then you drink
Hmm.
a lot of times people with mental problems they drink a lot of coffee because like they ask you in questionnaire how many energy drinks you drink, how much caffeine you drink. Because I drink a lot of caffeine because that's like give me a boost of
Of
energy
course.
because the medicine drains your energy. Some
Mhm.
medicine. And so you just drink energy drinks or you drink coffee and stuff like that. So but yeah, we have a lot since you and Kai may have a lot in common. But yeah, but we definitely I gotta like again, like I'm gonna tell, I have to really tell people that that's what I be trying to encourage tonight. Be like, it's okay if you do have something. It doesn't take away from your intelligence and stuff like that. Then he said, "Oh, he's just trying to pin everything on me, and he have to take his medicine. He just saying I'm blah 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 blah." But I was like, tonight you always get into fights with people too.
Yes, he
Like when
do.
that criminal past, I didn't even know he had that lengthy criminal past. Like who want to be? He have a lot of anger issues, and that's
Yeah, he
not good.
does.
That's not good. That's not good. And I'm like, why you have these anger issues? I don't know.
Why he want to fight everybody all the time and challenge them to a boxing match in a boxing ring and
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And you got to get the help that you need. Obviously, you have a mother that love him because his mother was at the hotel room and helped him get a hotel room. So obviously, you do have people that love you, and he need to work for that. And then when he said, "Oh yes, I lost my sister," and a lot of that dealing with that grief, you got to deal with. And a lot of times, when you lose somebody, it's okay to go to grief counseling because that grief can turn into anger. Cause so like, cause
mm.
yeah, cause that's not healthy. Always in
He lost
fights and
his
stuff like.
sister.
Yeah, he had lost his sister a couple of years back.
Oh, I didn't know
According to
that.
him, yeah, cause then he had that breakdown. He started talking about his sister. He was crying in the car and stuff like that. Yeah, he
I did
was
not know
crying.
that.
Them tears was flowing,
Mm.
and so he got to get it together.
Well, he
I
said he a
love it.
changed person, that he gonna change and now let people, get the best of him, and he said he just gonna build his platform right on Twitch. He's gonna just keep it strictly business and make sure that he just not going off the crazy end anymore. So he said he's changing over a new leaf. It's 2026. It's gonna be a new Denat. He ain't gonna worry about the haters. And if he said personally, that if he blocked you and you come over to his platform, you just provoking him to make him hate you. So if he blocks you, stay over there. He said, and if you're a fan of his, come support him, support his YouTube channel, his Twitch channel and everything. So subscribe so you don't get the ads. He said. So yeah,
And they not. It's like it's gonna be hard because when I watch Twitch, they don't just sit down and talk in the camera. They do that once they build a platform and stuff like that. They do a lot of traveling. It's like the streaming game have changed because you got Casanat, he do his marathons. You got Ski, he's in Africa. Like the streaming on Twitch have changed. Like if you ain't bringing it like that, it's hard for you to come up. I would love, like, I could do one live with Casanat. Casanat can introduce you to this platform, and I could become a trip star overnight. He have that much power.
but Wally, whatever happened to not streaming or not posting your location until after you've already gone? Like, what happens to that
Oh,
culture?
that changed now. They post everywhere. They be posted in the gas station, etc. It was even getting so bad. Have you seen some of them live that they be driving and get into
Yes.
car accidents?
I've seen multiple people who have been live streaming on Twitch and got into an accident, hit somebody, kept going, didn't stop, and now I see people just streaming like all. Either, this is what I can't stand about social media and Facebook now. Everybody's a content creator. Everybody is streaming. Nobody want a regular 9 to 5 no more. Everybody want to get rich. Like it's like all I see is now people just creating content online. I remember the days when Instagram first started and Facebook started going on. People were actually just posting their lives and just living it every day. Now people got to have a skit or an ad or copy this content or the voiceover. I don't like the social media now. It's just like it's hard for me to connect with it because there's so many people just trying to just create content all the time. Just create content instead of just living their life. They just want to create content. That's why Costa and I say he getting burned out. That's why he having mental health issues because all they doing just create content instead of just living their life.
Yeah, and then it's not healthy being on that 24/7.
It's
That's not
not.
healthy. Not healthy. So what he have to do is he got the money to do it now. He ain't got to work as hard no more. If he take care of his money and make some good investments, get some good people around him, a good team of financial advisors, he won't have to do lives like that.
Yes, and I agree with Dolly Daces of Jazz. She said, "Crazy streaming and content creation is too oversaturated. It is.
It is.
Everybody want to make money off the internet instead of going out
But
there
that
getting a
happened
regular job."
once people started sharing how much money people making, everybody started rushing. And that happened after the pandemic. All the people started saying, you can make this, I make this on YouTube, I
They
make
just
this,
making money off the internet. What if the internet stop working today or tomorrow? Then what they gonna do?
be in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is a streamer. And it's hard, like it's a lot of work. It's not easy just to get on camera. It's a lot of work. It is not easy. It's draining because in order to stay on top, you got to do a lot to stay on top. Look how hard Costa and I have worked. Look how hard I Show Speed. I Show Speed just came off a tour in America.
Mm.
And so now he's in Africa. But I hope that when they get their breaks, that they go on a retreat, turn their phone off, do therapy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Really do healthy stuff, read, meditate. Like I look at Oprah life, she living good.
She sure is.
Like she not stressed. I don't think she's stressing. I think she do stuff that bring her joy. You know what I'm saying? She don't have to work Monday through Friday no more
Mm-mm.
to do a show and do all the meetings and stuff like that. Whatever she do now is what she want to do. But you
She
know,
ain't Mary Stedman, so half of her money ain't going nowhere.
okay. And Stedman got his money. And it's just like she really living her life. You know what I'm saying? Too blessed to be stressed. But these streamers, like, they got to be very careful, like, because Costner, I could believe it. And then a lot of times too, he probably had issues before he became successful. And then also, we
Mm.
don't talk about enough when you become broke and you become successful.
Mm-hmm.
That right there could be a fatigue too. It's like you get nervous. People come at you, want money from you. It's the game have changed. Like if I were to become a millionaire tomorrow or tonight, my life changes.
What's the first thing
I'm
you
not
gonna do, Wiley?
the first thing I get to protect my money. My life to protect it. Yeah, definitely gonna give me a place, a nice apartment.
That
Definitely,
you
it'll be
said
a
it
house
correctly.
full of
You said it correctly, Wiley. The first thing to do is get somebody to manage your money, manage
yeah,
your
get a good
finance.
team about it that do it. Really do my research on that. Absolutely, because every time when when they do the lottery and stuff like, and I be research, they said make sure you get financial advisors. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because
You'll go
it's
broke.
this you want to protect your money, you want your money to grow, and then I want to make sure I do more research on that. You know what I'm saying? Because you definitely want it to grow. And one big thing I kept reading: put your money in the trust. Put your money in the trust. Don't just give money to people and stuff like that because I want to make sure our family is continuing to be successful. And one of the key things I see a lot of families put things in trust, like even Walmart, like the family that own Walmart, they have it in a trust. They have everything in a trust. So if you get divorced, you can't touch it because it's protected by the trust. So, but a lot of stuff you don't want to do it by yourself. You want to get a team of people to set up stuff and all that, and that's the stress because you don't know who
Yeah,
to trust. You
it's
know what I'm
true.
saying?
A lot of people will mismanage your money. You know what they say, Wiley, about generational wealth. The first generation usually gets it. The second generation maintains it, and the third generation loses it.
Yeah, and you don't want that. You want it to continue to grow, and that's why you have to have educate. You gotta educate your family, so and you gotta put stipulations in the trust. Like you gotta go to
Right.
school, you have this certain credit score, you gotta be married. You gotta be at this certain age. You know what I'm saying?
Education
Like
level, yeah.
you got
I,
to put
I
the
agree.
stipulation, especially with certain family you have. Because I remember when Monica, she was like, "I need to put," because remember in Aretha Franklin, and the first will, she wanted her sons to have a business degree, but that second will that they found on the couch, it didn't have it. They had to have a
Mm,
business degree. And then Monique, now I mean Monica said, "I'm gonna put in a will that my kids got to have a business degree." Why is that? So you can protect the money because you don't want to lose it. Because how
right.
many black people have lost wealth from that second generation or lost
Shoot.
wealth when they first get it. You want to continue, you want it to grow to be wealthy, you want your money to continue to grow and stuff like that. And white families, this is second nature to them because again, a lot of white families have had money for decades. So this ain't they don't think about it. But black
Have you
people, that's
seen? Go ahead,
go
Wally.
ahead. No, I'm saying
Have you
black people
seen?
get real slow about it. Yeah, go
Have you
ahead.
seen Sarah's Oil?
Yeah, I see Sarah's. Oh yes,
You saw recently in
I
the
did.
theater.
I
Sarah
did.
Rector. You know who she is, right?
Sarah's with that black girl, she got the oil doing that, and they tried to steal her land.
Yes.
And then I had did research that she lost a lot of her money
Yes.
during the depression. The
Mm-hmm.
depression. But yeah, I saw that. I'm like, why? I didn't even know about that story. But it's like they hide, and that movie didn't get a big push because they don't want that movie to be everybody to watch
Mm,
it because they don't want you to
no.
get that inspiration, inspire, and stuff like that. It's people that don't. But then that was something. She was very intelligent, very smart, and everything. And that was back then. You gotta understand.
In
During that movie,
1920.
they didn't have the internet. They didn't have
Yeah.
Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? And if people were able to make it during those times, what's our excuse? Because we have every tool at our disposal, at our fingertips. So, yes, they say I have an excellent financial advisor based on Indianapolis. Yes, thank you. Because you just never know. You just never. And it's best for you to do your research. That's one thing I love about Oprah. She said that she had a lawyer that dropped the gem said, "How about you be your owner, like you be your own boss, you own everything," and they would never give that deal to another television person ever. They would never do that again. Barbara got the deal where she owned 96% of the Oprah Winfrey Show,
Mm,
and so she once she pay everybody, she keep the profits. She get the rest of the profit. The rest of it's her money. And so she invested and stuff like that. And that's why when you do get money, you have to change your inner circle. You have to change people you're around. You can't be
right.
around the same Pookie and Ray Ray. You can't live around the same people. Again, you change. Once you get money, you can't be around the same people. You gotta be around. It's gonna be different. And then sometimes it's gonna get lonely because you're not gonna know who to trust. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why most times when some people that get money, they keep their same crew and build them up like LeBron James. You see how he did? And I
Yeah.
can't wait to see a movie how he put his people on and NBA got mad, so they kind of like changed the rules
Mm,
because he started bringing people up, and all that. So yeah, you just never know, child. You never know,
very
man.
true.
You hit that lottery, or you get some investments, or you get a job where you make it $80 an hour. You want to make sure you keep it and maintain it so you don't want to be poor again. Because child, once I make it, I don't want to be back on a
Right.
poor street. Absolutely not. Once you experience homelessness, you don't want to never experience that again. And I ain't gonna be like Tyler Perry and some of these other people. Because sometimes people lie and say, "Oh, I was homeless and I couldn't hardly make it, and
Yeah.
then I got a phone." Because they say that because that's a good story to tell. But
Yeah.
child,
Good sympathy. Mm-hmm.
yeah, to get sympathy and stuff like that. But oh, be at home. I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. It is not a good life at all. But I would love to see somebody hit the lottery, like say, "Oh, you homeless." And you hit the lottery and you make it and you never was homeless again. I would love to
Mm,
hear those stories. Cause
yeah.
that's that like I would love to hear. I'm like, let me hit that lottery. I'm in Vegas. I'm about to leave Vegas. Vegas ain't got it. Or let me hit the jackpot. I'm sitting there because the only thing I know how to play is the slot machine. So I hit
Mm,
the jackpot on the slot machine. Your life changed overnight. You got to know how
right.
to keep it. Your life, you just never know.
But
You
then why
just
they gonna come back and say, "Oh, it was a glitch
I
in the
wasn't
system.
working.
It was a glitch. It was a glitch in the
But
machine. They didn't mean
I want everything to go smooth and everything because and I know for me like once I hit it big, I'm gonna cut a lot of people off. Like I have to have like a hedge protected around me, like assistants or a financial manager. When you call my manager and stuff like that, and they tell you no, because I don't want to have to waste my breath telling you no. Because I feel like if you didn't deal with me when I was poor, didn't have nothing, don't try to work with me now. Don't try to be my friend now. And I have to be smart enough to know when you didn't have nothing, who was around you.
right.
Them the people that you look out for. The people that gave you a handout, people that gave you a job, people put some money in your pocket, put food on your table. You look out for those people. Like you look out for those organizations that was there for you, but don't go out your way being for people that didn't care for you. And that could be for family too.
Uh, it's definitely included for family Wiley.
Yeah. Yeah, make sure y'all watch Sarah's Oil. Yeah, definitely included for it because it was good. It was good. It didn't get a big push because again, They don't want them type of movies getting a big push. And unfortunately, black people don't like to watch a lot of positive movies. They want to watch it like it's dealing with slavery or you know what
Mm-mm.
I'm saying. They don't want to watch it. Just like even that movie that they did with Fred Hampton about the Black Panthers. That movie was released back in 2020, and it didn't get a lot of praise like that because they released it. I'm like, why y'all release that during the pandemic? They should have released that movie like now. And I think it probably would have got a better response and better, more recognition. But yeah, but Sarah's Oral was like real good. It really was. It really was a good movie. I didn't even know about that story. I was shocked. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I didn't know about it either, Wally, because but it was very interesting how they tried to manipulate the black people back in the day, saying that they didn't want her parents to be guardians of her estate of the oil because they felt like they wasn't educated enough. They
They
wanted to
were
have
educate.
a
Uh huh.
white guardian watch over her and watch over her estate and her financials and stuff, which blows my mind. And it's like they gave her these 200 acres of oil land, right? Thinking, oh, nothing's on it, nothing's gonna grow on it, and then she gonna tell them there's oil on it. Then all of a sudden they're like, wait a minute, hold on, what? That's our stuff, that's our oil, that's our land, you know. And it just shows how resilient she was and making that. Even the first white man she trusted, even though he was an okay guy, he wasn't truly looking out for her best interest.
No, he wasn't. You see how he got into the plan? Like even when the company they left the equipment, I knew that was a lie. Like y'all leave
Right.
all the equipment standing down there, and they tried to steal the deed. I'm like,
The man
oh
came at the man came at the next day saying, "Oh, we'll buy the land, $6 an acre. Oh, here's $340. You know, $340 back then was a lot of money, but trying to help negotiate them to buy the land back for cheap. That way they can keep the oil on it, right?" And then she was
yeah,
like, "No, I'm gonna keep the oil." That's why the mom and dad had to go take the deed and hide it in the forest and bury
and
it
hide it.
because they
Yeah,
broke into the house looking for the deed
they
to her
surely
land.
did. Yeah, and they was going. They and then you understand, some people lost their life. Them young girls lost their life because they was still in the land. It's
Yeah,
crazy. Like they were doing that at
They
that
wanted to
time.
they wanted to pow pow her, and
He
because if
did.
you want to pow pow her, then no one can contest for the land, and now it's just the other person's property now. But luckily for her, she's thankful she didn't lose her life in the whole process of maintaining oil on the property and stuff. But she did go on. I did actually see a YouTube video of her grandchildren um talking about how they knew her. She did remarry and she had 4 kids. The wealth is not there anymore. It's slowed down. They say after a while the oil did stop going, stop flowing, so the money stopped going on, and there was a lot of mismanagement of her money, Wiley,
Yeah, I could have
of
believed.
her money from the
I
people that were
understand it.
supposed to be supposedly looking out for her. They mismanaged her money, and so back then she did go to school. She did get a mansion. She did get a car back then, and she moved to, I think it was it Kentucky or was it Kansas City? She moved to a different city, a state than it was in Oklahoma. But then she ended up selling her land to one of the big giants of the oil company so they can get the oil out and stuff. But eventually, it did stop over a while. And she was the first black millionaire young woman in America at that time. So it was a
Yeah,
fascinating story. Fascinating.
it's very fascinating story, and now I don't know how people get abused now financially because like it's so many resources now. It's because you're not doing the research. Mike Epps said some. He said I didn't care nothing about the business. I only care something about about put on a good show. And Kevin Hart came. He knew about the business, the show business. That's why you have to do your research, and you can educate yourself. You got AI. You got you. That's what's important to read. It's important. It's important to do all, and also too, it's important to ask questions from other successful, wealthy Black people because you 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 research them and like, oh, who is your financial advisor or who is your
Yeah.
lawyer? You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah.
really yeah, and to see, because I would love to be like, who is advising Oprah Winfrey about her
Mm.
money?
Yeah.
Like, because you don't see those people on television. You don't see
No,
her.
you don't.
Have you ever seen an interview with Oprah interviewing her financial advisors?
No,
Okay, and you won't ever see it. Because those
not at
people is
all.
behind the scenes. Like I would love to like know like who was those people. I'll never forget it when her network was failing. She put together all these successful people at her dinner table at dinner. The guy was at the table and he talked about. He said all these successful people was there and they helped with Tyler Perry. They helped to educate her to let Tyler Perry help her, and that helped get the network off the ground, like build it up and stuff like that. So that's the power. And I think back to our original when you weren't here when I was talking about Tyler Perry. That's why I don't think Tyler Perry would get canceled because even if Netflix say we don't want to work with you anymore, Tyler Perry can start Tyler Perry Studio, the app, and
Mhm.
charge $9.99, and it would be successful.
Yeah.
It's just like it's too late to cancel him.
Yeah. He tried to
He
buy BET, but I guess it didn't work out in the
No,
end.
like BET, what they tried to do when he wanted to buy it, they tried to they charged too. They was trying the price wasn't matching. He was like, it's
Right.
not worth it to paying this price
Right.
because people are not watching television anymore.
No, not cable.
Like they're not watching cable. Like they're not. They still watch television. They're just not
Not
sitting
cable.
down. Oh, I need to get
Right.
cable. Watch BET. No, they
Mhm.
watching Netflix, Paramount, Hulu, those streaming sites. People are not
You
cable
can
is
get any subscription to any network you want to. Just pay the subscription price.
right. They're not paying $300, $400 for cable, but they're not doing that. They just not. And so BET was like, they was like, okay, well, we won't sell it to you, Tyler. Tyler like, I'm gonna drop out. I'm not gonna buy it. And Byron Allen, he tried to buy it, but it was still the same thing. The price was just too high, and it's just like it's not worth
Right.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they
would
being
love, I would
greedy.
love for Tyler Perry to purchase BET because it would be great. Because reason why it would have been good for him because he have so much to put on the network.
Yeah, and
He,
I feel like he will revitalize the network while he will
yes,
truly
because
bring
like
it
right
back
now it's
to.
like he already got the nighttime. Like they already playing Sisters. I didn't even know Sisters have 10 seasons of Sisters. I'm like, damn! I remember when Sisters first came out.
Yeah. Bob Johnson was the original owner of BET. He was the first black billionaire in the network, and then he ended up selling off his shares, and his wife they split and everything. So, but yeah, now it's white owned, and they're not really doing
They don't
justice to
care.
where it's supposed to be done justice. And so, I feel like maybe it should be owned now back by a black person. Well, Wally, let me go ahead and say this is a great show and jump off of here. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for having
It's
me on your
good. It's
show. I
good
do
to see you.
appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Hopefully, we can get Chelsea Alana on the show, and I'm gonna text her and see if we can get her on the show to see if she can talk
Yes.
to talk about this whole deny issue with the lie that's going around, circling around social media, and Tasha K saying that she want her job back, which she don't want her job back. So
No. She
Tiffany
got a
can have it.
husband with money now. She's married now.
She got her husband now. He making a whole lot of money. So Chelsea Lana don't care nothing about Tasha K or deny. They need to quit lying on Queen Alana. She living her best life with her new baby boy who's so cute. And so she got her stepson too. So she ain't worried about Tasha K and what they got going on. But I am still waiting for her to sell the story to the networks about Tasha K. And I know she said that she was gonna when she finally got ready to sit down to her story, it's gonna be a big one. Now that I'm waiting for and I'm looking forward to, I will be interested in hearing the whole behind the scenes into Tasha K's world and businesses and everything. Wiley, let me tell you this last before I let you go about Tasha K. Do you think that she's playing a slippery slope now that she is talking about Cardi B again, considering she lost the first case? Like, don't you feel like has she learned her lesson? Has she not learned her lesson? Like, I don't. Why is she
It will
continuing to
be
go on and
pure
on and on?
stupidity for her to go out and get into a lawsuit with Cardi B again. I wouldn't even want to risk that. Putting your family through that stress, your finances through that stress. No, it's terrible strategy because she didn't build nothing really great. She's still online. She didn't get no radio show deal. I heard from her mom that she's trying to get a radio show in Atlanta or Florida, but that haven't happened. And you didn't get your own television show on network television. You're still on YouTube, and you have to work like it's a sweatshop. And she want people to post almost 80 to 100 posts a day on the Facebook and stuff like that, and it's hard to keep staffing like that because you got to edit the clips, got to
Yeah,
put it's a lot of work. That's a lot of work, And so she had hiring new people to help because she's really trying to be like a TMZ almost. But that
Mm.
take a lot of bread. That take a lot of stuff.
A lot of man
Uh,
hours.
a lot of man hours to keep up. And shout out to Kyle because Kyle made $760,000 last year.
Oh wow.
I think he made six figures. I think he said 700,000. I could or almost. He didn't make a million last and selling ads and stuff like that. But he built that. Like
Hmm.
that's dope. And he don't have to work as hard as keep posting articles and stuff. He have a team that do it. But
Yeah.
if nobody else can post, he still can post it. But with Tasha K, she got a team of people and she's trying to do movies and all that. But it said every 3 months she got to pay $43,000 to Cardi B. Every
Yeah.
3 months. That's crazy. Can you imagine? That's money taken out of her children's mouth, like
Right.
college for her future.
And if
All
only
because she could keep her mouth shut.
and she could and she didn't take down the video.
Yes, like I get it, like I get it because she didn't talk about Cardi B per se. She talked about stuff on Diggs, but I just think that she need to be careful. I, I,
Yeah, me
I,
too.
just don't fall. I don't want to see her say anything to Cardi B because the day she do that, she broke the agreement.
Right.
So I just don't want to see her be that. If I see her do a live like that, I said this lady ain't got no sense.
Right.
But she could just stay on Stefan Diggs and stuff like that. Unfortunately, Cardi, and I've said this before, even about Nicki, be careful who you with because they are a representation of you. And
Mm.
Cardi B went from bad to worse and
Mm.
man choices.
Very
I
much
would love
so.
to see her with a man like Sierra. You don't see Russell. You don't see him embarrassing Sierra.
No.
It's like I want to see that, and hopefully they keep that image up, and it's good and successful, have a successful marriage, because Cardi just went to bad to worse, and
Yeah,
it's
she
just like
did.
it's just, and then she got pregnant and had a baby by him, and it's
Yeah.
just like it's crazy. That made
Along
me
with the
think,
other four women too.
yes, they all right there. That's just like the whole thing with Nick Cannon. It was terrible because he was bragging about it. Like I got kids,
Yeah.
it ain't nothing to brag about. Because there's no way you can really be there for all your kids, like when
Right.
they're emotional wise. That's just with all them different spirits, all them different baby mamas and stuff like that. I
And
looked
you
at
got
Lil
you got
Wayne and
Mariah
his.
Carey's kids not claiming they have siblings.
No, it's too many of them. It's too many of them. And but I did look at Lil Wayne for sure. I think I didn't know he had that many baby mamas. But them kids look like his kids got a good head on their shoulder. I watched the interview. It look like Lil Wayne kids got a good head on the shoulders, and they have a good family unit with the mothers
Yeah.
and
He
all
got
that.
one Nivea, one Lauren London, and the other one Toya Wright.
Yeah, yeah. They definitely was raised right and stuff like that. But Nick Cannon, what 12 kids?
Who knows?
Who know? And that's just what we know about.
13, maybe because one of them passed away. I know for sure.
Yeah, one of them passed away, and the way how he's singing it, that's just what we know about Chad. There's no telling. It's not to the way he be bragging about all that type of stuff, and then you're gonna be working, working, working. I don't think none of them put him on child support. I
No,
think
but
my
they smarter than that. They know that he gonna pay. That's why he got to keep working and working and working. Because the minute he start working, then he going on child support. But right now, they ain't
Mhm.
stupid to stop that chef from coming in because he gonna continue to get jobs and do wilding now and all that, and take from what's the name of that city that recently Stockton,
The
California.
Stockton.
Continue to rob Stockton, California, and everything else. So, but
I
thank you so much
saw.
for having me on your show. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. I saw Stockton. I mean, Jason Lee is getting into it with the mayor over there. He released a video. Y'all go check it out on Jason Lee channel. He released a whole video. He did a whole video thing, like almost like a reality show thing. It's they can't take Jason Lee. It's like Jason Lee, they ain't ready for no Jason Stockton. But people mad at Jason. But how did he was able to run? He won. He ran because number one, he had a weak candidate, Kimberly Wamsley, and he ran against and won. And she did tell me that she was being harassed or something. She felt like a lot of it came from Jason Lee. She did tell me that privately. But he ran a great campaign and people voted for him. It was amazing. Everybody's talking about you can get a baby, you can do the baby. He had 4 babies away. Yeah, it's sad. All right, so little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you are enough. When times can always remember to put God first. This was a good live. I'm in on the 3 hour mark. Shout out to y'all. Y'all can donate to the channel if y'all want to. Wiley Show 1990. And we will see y'all on the next live. Y'all be blessed. Peace.